Mason,
Yes?
I need you to shut up and listen.
Oh.
The small screen, the boob tube, the television broadcasting system. This will all come together, don't worry.
I was gonna say.
I'm reading a thing.
Wait, sorry, I've got to shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh.
No matter what you call it, we've spent some time in front of it. Comic Bento is proud to present this month's theme.
I call it the telemovie.
Shut up! I mean, okay, that's fine. As seen on TV. Now you can say a thing.
Yep.
But wait, there's more!
Whoa.
This month's Bento will feature a special TV-themed bonus item.
It's a Mr. Ed hand puppet.
That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't it though, right? Bring it back. It's also a peanut butter spread. Because that's how they got
That's
the
how they got him
horse
to talk.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry for being so rude. That was unnecessarily cruel, and I apologise. What do you know of Comic Bento, though?
I think they're great.
It's the subscription service where they send you the bloody...
Oh, you wanted facts.
I want facts, Mason,
You didn't
not
want
opinions.
feelings. You didn't want opinions and feelings. All right.
Yeah.
It's a subscription service.
It
They
is.
send you graphic novels every month.
Box them every month. You get stuff from like Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, whatever, but you can also get some more indie kind of stuff. Some
Yes.
stuff that you might not necessarily find down the back of your fridge.
I have almost no comic books behind the back of my fridge, although I've never checked.
That's
I've made an
first
assumption
thing when
there.
you get home.
Yeah.
If you
When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
doesn't work when we say ass
No.
in our
Yeah.
accent.
Assume.
Assume, yeah. You have until September 15th to make sure that your DVRs are set. Is that a fresh drink? It sounded really fresh.
Yeah, it's
in my-
right,
in my
yeah.
headphones. Act now, supplies are limited. So yeah, September 15th if you want to sign up for the Comic Bento box for the month. It's all about the small screen. That's the hint, Mason. That's the thing. It's a mystery. Like you said, we know for a fact that there will be a Mr. Ed peanut butter spreader hand puppet.
Correct.
That we know.
That we know for sure.
Now, normally it's just comic books, but also there's a bonus item this month, which is
Very
really good.
nice.
I'd be happy with just the comic books if I was honest, Mason, but I'll take a bonus item. Also, if you want to get $5 off, use the promo code PLANET. Sorry, The Weekly Planet, one word, if you go to comicbento.com.
Love it.
That's as nearly as cheap as free. Not quite, but it's pretty good. Even if you go with like the most expensive one, it's like 25% off.
And it's like a little gift to yourself.
It's a gift to yourself.
Or a love. We always go, it's a gift. You give it to a loved one. Don't give it to a loved one.
What are you, an idiot?
Just give it to yourself. It's
All right.
great.
All right, Mason, let's do the show.
Let's do it.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
150, 150, 150, 100, century and a half.
That about sums up
Yeah.
how we've been going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What progress we've made in 150 episodes. It's just me shouting incoherently again.
Absolutely. Now, are you in favour of doing something extra special that we definitely haven't planned, or just doing a regular episode?
Which way is a Superhero Showdown?
Regular, I guess.
Oh, then we'll do that one. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
It's a crowd favourite, Mason.
It is. It's a crowd pleaser.
Exactly. So why not
Also,
bring it back?
we got the listeners, the weekly whacker to do is to send in suggestions.
Correct.
And if we don't do them now,
Yeah.
they'll disappear in Twitter forever. Like
That's
we'll
right.
never be able to find them again.
Be
so,
gone.
yeah.
But Mason, as you know, which you would know because this is your 150th episode, we got to do the news
Don't look a
first.
day over 120. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What's that? 3 years, nearly?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. All right. What are we?
Very good.
Mason, did
Yes.
you see the Guardians of the Galaxy concept art?
Yes, I did.
Just one piece.
They're out in space.
They're out in space.
Mm-hmm.
They're up against it, though, aren't they?
Yes.
Do you know what the name of the creature was they were fighting?
I feel that you've sprung this on me.
I have.
And I don't know what it is, and you've looked it up.
Correct. Well, it's not a real thing. None of it's real. It's not from the comics.
What?
it's not from the comics. James Gunn said it was the Abeliska. I don't even really know.
With that A at the end?
Yeah, there's an A.
Huh.
It's Abelis SKA, like Scar, like the music.
Abeliska.
Scar, yeah. It's like a Tyrannosaurus
Obelisk.
head. Obelisk.
Obelix. They're fighting Obelix.
Oh, I like
from
that
the
guy,
Asterix
man.
cartoons.
He fell into the cauldron of potion
when he was a
super
baby,
strong,
so
I
he's always
remember.
super strong. Yeah.
I liked him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what do you think?
Looks great. Interesting though. Most of the team are just wearing the little
the
little
masky mask.
spacey breathy masks.
Well, I guess most of them can be in space for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Because they've all got enhancements.
That's true.
But Peter Quill, we know, found out can survive, for a little bit of time. Also, he's not entirely human.
That's true.
As we discovered. Also, it's concept art, so
Yeah.
maybe they're just in front of a backdrop at a train station or something like.
Oh, sure. That's some street graph.
You know it is.
Mm-hmm. That's some of that G-rated graffiti that I love so much.
That's right. You love Scar.
Space octopus.
That's right. So apparently, this is a monster that the Guardians have been hired to fight.
Okay.
So I guess the acting is kind of like the Expendables, but fun and good, and people enjoy their movies.
Now, when he says yes, so it's a monster they've been hired to fight I presume, at the start of the movie,
right?
And
yeah,
then it's going to lead into something.
I
bigger.
think so. I don't think if this was like the big thing that they
we
would
wouldn't know
have
about
revealed
it.
it.
This is pest control, basically.
Exactly. Did you see the little baby Groot banging about?
Yes, I did.
Apparently, he's not going to grow it. Like that's going to be him for the whole movie. He's not going to kind of
Cool.
Groot out, if that's an expression.
It's D's out because of Vin Diesel.
Of course.
Yeah, he's not going to D's out at any moment.
Looks great though. It's coming out. It's like next April or something.
How do you think they're going to do the Groot voice? I mean, it's still
That's
going to be
that's a good question. I hadn't even considered that.
Are they going to use Vin Diesel's normal girly voice? Is that how they're going to do it?
His normal voice is much different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not girly, I would say, but yeah, it's definitely he doesn't have that.
Do you think it's going to be squeaky?
I think so. They'll have to do something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting.
What if it's just regular person voice?
That would be okay too, but he's got little lungs. I don't see how that would work. Apparently, they're going to play with the idea of whether it really is the same.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it is technically because he's from that twig or whatever. And he's got all the memories, but he's different.
It's a Star Trek 3 scenario.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Search for Spock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The best Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Christopher Lloyd.
Isn't that 6?
No, that's 3. He's the Klingon guy.
In 6.
No, he's 3.
Is he not in 6 as well?
No, Kirk kicks him off a cliff in 3.
Doesn't
He's
mean he can't
"Give
be
me-"
Back for 6.
That's true.
Uh,
It is Star Trek.
Yeah.
All right, Mason. Let's do the next bit of news.
okay, great.
Now, shockingly this week, it was announced that the Russo brothers...
Just want to point out that was the second take because I coughed. And James has presumably edited it out.
Of course
unless
I
he
have.
hasn't.
No, I have.
Oh.
I'm a professional.
Okay.
150 episodes, Mason. I think I've got a handle on it by now.
Next week, somebody sends us in like a supercut of just me coughing. Just 150 episodes of me going, and you're not editing it out. That'd be great. What are we talking about?
The Russo brothers have confirmed that Captain America is no longer Captain America.
That's right.
Now,
So-
it was presumed. Did you presume that? After the end of
because
Civil War?
he
gives up the shield.
Gives up the shield. Traditionally, that means he's not Captain America.
Correct.
No more.
Yeah. So that's it. I guess it's nice to get confirmation. But people are saying, does this make way for the variations on the Captain America character? So Nomad, Cap Wolf,
Sure. Yep.
other ones presumably.
Yeah. The Captain.
Is that when he was like, I'm sick of USA and I'm sick of Watergate or whatever?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Do you think we're going to be getting any of that?
I'm just gonna be the captain. Captain of what? Shut up. I hadn't thought it through. I thought it sounded good. I think we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is, where's the shield gonna go?
Yeah,
Because he's busted Falcon out of jail, right?
correct. He busted them all out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be passed to him, presumably.
No, and Bucky's in frozen storage.
Yeah. So are we going to get a US agent, maybe?
I would love to
Who's
see
going
a
to get?
US
Who's
agent.
going to get the shield? Yeah.
Yeah, so you think maybe a new character?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Or a nuke character.
When you
They wouldn't cross.
bring
yeah.
him in.
They wouldn't cross him over.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who was on Stark's team that could have it. Vision.
Yeah. Classic combo.
Do those colors clash though?
Yes. Atrocious. I won't have it. Unless they repainted the Vision. Red, white,
Okay,
and blue.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they did War Machine.
Yeah.
What about War Machine?
And the shield doesn't need it.
No, I know that, but it's symbolic. It's a symbol for symbolism.
It'll cut down on his aerodynamics. You know
Yeah, I
what I mean?
guess it would. Maybe that big
Unless he wears it
minigun
on
on
his
his
head.
shoulder. Yeah, big around his head. But the big minigun on his shoulder probably cuts down aerodynamics.
That's true.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is like put the shield on a stick and put it down the barrel of a minigun, like a tropical, like an umbrella in a tropical drink.
That's exactly what I'm
That'd do it. I
saying.
think that would do it.
Yeah. So we got Black Widow. It's not going to be Black Widow.
No.
Spider-Man. It's not going to be Spider-Man. But it could be Black Widow, I guess. She could probably.
She wouldn't take it
Nah,
now.
she probably wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Also, she did shoot Black Panther all those times.
She did, didn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah. He didn't love that. Maybe Renner.
Ooh, no, I reckon new character. I reckon new character. They're like it'll be the USA. It'll be a US agent nuke kind of thing where they super enhance him.
Yeah.
And he's more powerful than Captain America. But he's mental.
He's bad news.
He's bad news.
But when do you slot that in? Do you put that into the Infinity War movie?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's all, like, do you think they'll just have it on storage, and then when Captain America comes out, they're like, here's your shield back. It was in a
No,
drawer.
I reckon there's time for it. You do like a press conference.
Right.
Like Iron Man 3 style, where you bring out the new recruit.
Right.
And, you see Cap see him on TV and be like, this guy.
Prick.
Yeah, exactly. I really shouldn't have given that shield up. I mean, there was no reason for me to give the shield up ultimately. I'd beaten Stark and he was on the ground and I could have just taken it.
By beaten, do you mean like he beat him or he severely beat him or both?
Both of those things.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
I could have taken the shield. I regret it now. And then maybe, you know what, maybe it might just be brief. It might just be,
Yeah.
and then he has to get from, there might just be a scene where he has to get from one room in a like a secret headquarters to another.
Right.
And US agents in the way with the shield. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to beat you up and I'm going to take the shield back.
Because that's what I'm about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love that.
Me too. And now that I have it, here you go, Falcon. Cut down on some of your aerodynamics with this shit, because it wouldn't work for him either.
No.
He puts it's on his arm. He'd always be swirling to the left. He'd be going in circles.
He would too. And also he
like
uses
a bird that's been hit in the head,
That's
and the
with a
magnetic,
shield.
and the magnetic thing's gone. You know what
Right,
I mean?
yeah, I get you. And also his wings are shields.
That's true. He
He's
doesn't
already
need it.
got shields.
He's already got shields.
Yeah. I want to see Bucky take, but I don't know whether they even need to give it to somebody else. Like I don't know whether I don't know if they're going to actually give it to a significant character anymore.
Yeah.
Unless, because what's his name? The actor Chris Evans has said he's just going to be Captain America for however long.
Yeah,
He's like, I'll keep doing them, whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we'll see.
yeah.
Apparently, oh sorry. Go on.
I was gonna. Well, you've probably got something good to say, but I was gonna
I
say,
don't.
why don't you just tape the shield to Bucky's stump?
Yeah, that'll do
Just
it.
wrap some duct tape around him. That's one of the things
He'd
that
be
annoyed
really
me.
good at that Homer Simpson running in a circle
Yeah,
on the floor.
exactly. Yeah. And it would remain there until he shot enough times the duct tape comes off, then it falls into a river or whatever. That's one of the things that annoyed me in Civil War.
Yeah.
Remember when one of the bad guys throws a grenade and Captain America flips his shield over so it's like a dome over it, and he puts it down and it blows up.
Right.
And I'm like, that would have wrecked the straps. How's he gonna hold that for the rest of the movie? How's he gonna hold
I
it?
didn't even notice.
Straps aren't made of adamantium,
Is
are
it
they?
straps or is it metal or is it magnetic in that one? I guess it doesn't matter
No,
regardless.
it's straps
does
in
it?
that one, yeah. Because you see him give it the old...
Scoop it up. Give it the old scoop and a doop.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Great. Now, the Russo brothers also said that one of the ideas for Captain America 3,
Yeah.
if they couldn't do Civil War, which was the ideal situation, they're going to introduce the Mad Bomb, which turns people into like zombie-like berserkers. So the movie would have been Captain America dealing with beating up regular people who are sort of zombies, but you can't really do zombies because it's this kind of PG-13 universe.
Yeah, right.
So you can't have him like just severing heads. And
That sounds like a Captain America movie from the 70s. Captain America versus the Mad Bomb. like Get Smart versus the Nude Bomb.
right, yeah,
Uh-huh,
yeah,
yeah.
I remember. What do you think of that? I mean, I don't think that would have been better, but
No. Been much. What a bizarre backup plan they have there.
I'm
Look,
sure
we've
that
got
was
this-
one
we've
of
got-
like
we've got
50 things.
We've got this amazing script here, and it's got thrills and chills and laughs and good action sequences.
Sure, goofs and gaffs.
Goofs and gaffs and like a really creative battle sequences between all these amazing superheroes. Or we could just have Captain America just running at a whole bunch of berserker regular humans and just beating them up in a line. Just 90 minutes of that. Just thwack. Punch.
Also, if they did do that, I kind of want to see Marvel Zombies. I don't know
Yeah.
how we could see it or if they'd ever do it, but I feel like that's kind of a cop out. Like the way they did Stark's drinking was kind of piss poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
just sort of in and out. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. You got something to say? I went to say something, but you didn't audibly do anything, so it's just going to look like I had a stroke.
Yep. Well, you've been
Sound
on your
like,
way.
yeah.
There's been enough foreshadowing, I feel, in the show in the last 149 episodes that if it was built into you having a stroke in this episode, people will be like, yeah, I get it.
Someone make a supercut of my
Remember
gradual decline.
all the times he couldn't pronounce antimicrobial? He's on his way.
Did you have a thing to say?
No. Or if I did, I forgot it.
Good stuff. You saw the on-set photos of Anthony Hopkins as Odin.
I did.
People have labelled him Hoboden.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Didn't think of it, but
yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
Deity derelict.
that's very good.
Thank you.
So Loki's on the throne of Asgard, obviously, so he hasn't killed Odin. I thought he would have imprisoned him, but I like that. He's kind of
He's
sent
banished
him
him.
mad and banished him the way that Thor was banished.
So how long's he been on Earth then? Since
I guess since 2014, whenever that movie
I guess
came
he would
out,
have had
13?
plenty of time with all the dimensions all
Sure.
flipping about. You would have just go back to Asgard for a second, boot him to Earth.
Put him on her moles.
Yeah.
What I think's interesting though, Thor got kicked to Earth and he got it together fairly quickly.
Yes.
Odin just falls apart. You know what I mean? Like he just can't cope.
He's got no skills.
Yeah.
He's not adaptable.
No, he's really not.
Yeah.
He's too old.
I liken to the fact that my mum now has an iPhone, but she refuses to text. I think it's like that. Odin's arrived in the modern world, and he's just like
Not getting a job.
Not going to do any of this. Not going to do any of this stuff. Subway token? No, thank you. I just live in
happening.
the street. I can't die, so I just
Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're going to have to go back and get him at some point. Apparently he's going to become some kind of doomsday prophecy guy. Because if it's Ragnarok,
Yeah.
well then that totally works. So no, I think that's interesting. Unless Loki like messed with his memories and that, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, I think he would have, because otherwise, what's he? Surely he would, because I mean,
Odin knows Jane Foster. He would
Yeah.
know of the Avengers.
he would just go to
yeah.
Stark
He knows
headquarters.
Stellan Skarsgård.
He does know. Oh, Stellan Skarsgård would be right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Running around pantsless.
Running around, just twitching. He'd be so happy to help out. But,
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it must be. It's got to be a memory thing.
Kat Dennings.
Yep.
That was hard to watch in the second one. from memory.
I always like also when they're like on set photos of this character.
Yeah.
It's always a split, and it's one where they're all serious and in character, and there's one where it's just like Anthony
A
Hopkins.
wink
like,
and a nod.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Before there's one more bit of Marvel news, but before we talk about that, people want us to talk about the Guardians trailer.
Now this isn't Guardians of
Not-
the Galaxy.
yeah.
This is a Russian superhero movie.
My experience with Russian superhero movies is
Total garbage.
disappointment.
Yeah.
Day watch, night watch.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people love.
Yeah, I found nonsensical, and there's a guy
Yeah.
called the Bear who always
Doesn't
says he's.
turn into a bear.
He always boasts that he's going to transform into a bear. He never turns into a bear.
This trailer,
Oh boy.
straight up bear man.
Yeah. Although we don't see him transform into a bear.
I think he's just a bear man.
No, he's the regular guy.
Oh, is he?
There's a guy there that right at the end of the trailer. They're like, "We've built you all these special suits for your superpowers," and he's like, "Where's mine?"
Yeah.
That's him. That's the bear.
Oh,
guy.
okay, right.
Yeah.
And
they just
like,
gave him a minigun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you're a minigun aficionado, so I know people want to hear your
Yes.
take on this. You love a minigun minute.
I do.
It's
Yes,
a famous
that's true.
recurring segment.
Yeah. Look, so far it's very CGI.
It's Russian.
It's right. Yes. There was some. This trailer had a very odd mix of real stuff and CGI.
The quad tank walking thing I thought looked quite good.
That looked great. Yeah.
but other times not as good.
And there was a scene in, I think, daytime where there's a whole like just all these ranks of trucks and tanks and stuff moving along, and I'm like, oh, that's real stuff, or
stuff.
it looks real at least. But then there's another one where it's nighttime and there are all these sort of trucks converging on a character in the center, and it's just awful CGI, and they're all like, all the tanks are moving in like this unison that would only work if they're just 3D
Cut and
models moving
paste,
together.
yeah,
Cut
yeah.
and paste. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. What do you think? What do you reckon about it?
I don't like it. I'm not going to say it. I mean, it looks fun, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not my thing.
You know what? It's an oddly cut trailer.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
it's oddly. It feels like a trailer from the 80s.
Okay.
Like, there's the
but with slightly better special effects.
yeah, like the Batman '89 trailer, I think.
Right, okay,
Which
sure.
is
the pacing wise.
the pacing wise, and it's just got like odd scenes sort of smacked together.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's got that modern day sensibility of this fast action and these slow-mo bits and all that sort of stuff, but they haven't quite put it together.
Right,
So it's
right.
oddly paced.
Maybe I will see it. You've convinced me. Was that you?
Where are you going to see it? Where are you going
Yeah,
to see
you're
it?
right. I guess torrent. I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Because it's not going to get a cinema release here.
No.
And like it's going to be months before it's on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe
If.
straight to Netflix.
Maybe yeah. That's it. Look, yeah. Look, I'm
I'm not paying $9.99 for it. Let me tell you. I'll just FYI, I said last week I was going to watch Hardcore Henry. I didn't get around to it.
Well, that can be your what are you reading for this week.
Oh,
you can just say it again. It does very much remind me though of that Night Watch Day Watch kind of
Yeah.
situation. Did you see Ben-Hur? Because it's the same director as Night Watch Day Watch. He also,
Oh,
he also did Wanted.
Yeah. Burskaflov.
Timon
Burskaflov. Timon Burskaflov.
Yeah, so you didn't obviously see Ben-Hur.
No.
What were they thinking? Putting
Yes.
$100 million into a fucking Ben-Hur movie in 2016.
Now,
Are you out of your mind? There's nobody.
It wasn't me.
No, sorry. Do you know what I'm
No,
saying?
exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
What?
We're tired of... Because we're...
Apparently it's not even terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, okay.
Is there an homage to the... Apparently in the previous version of Ben-Hur, in one of the chariot races, they didn't clear the background correctly, and so there's a little red sports car. Just somebody driving through the background, like, woo.
And there's also a guy that's like actually trampled to death. that they left
Was there
in
an
the
homage
movie.
to that?
I hope so.
So you saw it?
No.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Get out of here. It's not something I'm against. If it was on TV, I would watch it because I've seen Ben-Hur, the original. There's some good stuff in that movie.
Would you see? I wouldn't see if it was on TV.
No?
Because there'd be so many ads that'd stretch to like 3.5
Netflix
hours.
then.
Okay.
You know what? I'd put it on as I'm editing something else.
Okay, great.
And my sign for, I want to watch this is I'll stop it.
Yep.
I started watching The Little Prince, which is an animated Netflix thing. I just
I
put
know
it
what
on.
The Little Prince is.
I know, but I'm just telling. There are other people that listen to this.
No,
It's
there
not
aren't.
just me and you.
No, there aren't. The reason I've kept doing this is because you've constantly promised me we're the only two involved in this conversation.
But like 5 minutes in, I'm like, you know what? This actually looks good, so I stopped it. So
okay.
that's the benchmark for me.
Right. The benchmark.
Benchmark. So do you think this kills the swords and sandals? Do you think that's it?
I think it was dead.
I mean, it was done, but do you think
done for a
do you think
while.
that's like the final rock to the head to all producers out there?
Do you think it's the final trample
Yeah, that's right.
to the genre that is a man getting trampled in a... when was the last... See, I mean... Gladiator kicked it off.
Yeah, but that was the last, I would say, massively successful one.
Yeah.
Like Troy did okay.
Yep.
But it wasn't critically lauded.
No.
But it made money.
Yeah. And nobody quotes from Troy.
Immortality! Take it! It's yours!
Okay, just that bit. And it's just us.
It's just
We're the
us.
only people that do it. No, I don't know. What was the last...
I can
after
look
that?
it up.
Was it... Oh, was it Exodus? Gods and Kings?
Oh yeah, that tanked as well.
Yeah.
People hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movies.
Was the the much beloved original Ben-Hur, was that also a remake?
I don't know. But it probably was from like a movie from like the 30s. or
Right,
whatever.
exactly,
I
yeah.
mean, okay, I guess like 300 counts.
Yeah.
But also like Spartacus, the TV series is like quite successful. There has been incarnations of it that worked, but no. Oh, you know what? Hercules was okay. But did that make...
That doesn't, and also that doesn't count.
Yeah, because
That's
it's not
not
like a
Ben-Hur.
serious... And it's not like a serious...
That's sword and sorcery.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
not.
Even though there wasn't actual sorcery in
No,
that
but
movie.
there was enough fantastical elements, and it was irreverent, and it was kind of modern day.
Right,
You know,
right,
it had
okay.
enough modern day sensibility and reference to it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, that's a fun film I'll watch. But this is like, oh, I've got to know about the history of Ben-Hur.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's done, isn't it?
Yes.
What's next, Mason?
Probably just remake The Shadow again. See how that goes.
Give that a bloody go,
Yeah,
mate. Give that a red hot go.
Yeah.
Even like Gods of Egypt. I mean, again, that's more magic and whatever, but
Yeah.
that did not do well. And that cost like $130 million.
Yes, it did. I listened to an episode of How Did This Get Made on it, and it sounds fascinating.
I need to... I've been wanting to watch it just
Yeah.
because I've heard it's terrible. But I like the idea of a giant snake. You know how it is.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. Like, I love the idea of any of this kind of fantasy epic where it's history, but it's also but it turned out that what we think was magic was really high technology or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Like, I like that. I like Stargate. I like some of the other things.
Even though
like-
Stargate doesn't really hold up. The movie.
yeah, the movie doesn't hold up.
Mm.
TV series is fun.
Yeah, sure. Richard Dean Anderson. I know him.
Exactly. Did you see the trailer for the reboot of the new MacGyver?
Oh, wait, he's got different hair, doesn't
He
he?
does have different hair.
Is it?
Better.
I didn't watch it. But
It's
does
the
it
same guy. It's still
Yeah.
the guy from X-Men
X-Men.
First Class.
Yeah.
But it looks a lot better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think James Wan did this pilot. Did
Maybe,
the new one.
yeah,
So
okay.
if that's true, that's a good idea. So
Yeah.
at least the first one will probably be good.
Yeah, because that original version looked... It was... You know what? It started at the weird... Like, it was... He just had greasy, long, weird
What a
hair, and I
word,
hated it.
yeah.
And then it was just like... He's a special forces operative, and we just throw him in with nothing. Just give him a gun. Give him anything.
He'd probably take a gun.
Probably take a gun. But, like, this looks a lot better. I don't know. I think he's in a secret society now.
Oh.
And they do good works or something. That's all right.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what else might be good works?
What's that?
Captain Marvel, the movie, which is coming out in 2018 or something.
Uh-huh.
We know that Brie Larson is Captain Marvel. We
Yep.
talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Great casting. Love it. Apparently they've narrowed it down to 3 directors.
Uh-huh.
All female.
Ooh.
Nikki Caro. She did Whale Rider and McFarland USA, neither of which I've seen.
Oh, McFarland is it's a Kevin Costner film.
Yeah.
Where he teaches kids to read or something.
Whatever.
So pretty great.
I do like Kevin Costner. No, it's about running.
Oh, that's right. He
Yeah.
teaches kids to run. That's what I was thinking of.
Look, Costner, most kids can run. You wasted your time. Leslie Linker Glatter. She's done episodes of The Walking Dead and Homeland.
Okay.
Lorraine Scarfaria, the meddler seeking a friend at the end of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Most of that stuff I have not seen, so I have no idea. I mean, Walking Dead and Homeland are okay, depending on the episode. But other than that, I don't really have any sense of this at all.
Well, Marvel knows what they're doing.
Sure. So good luck.
For the most part.
Have you seen any of those things?
No.
All right. I've heard Seeking a Friend's good.
Yeah, Steve Carell, right?
Yeah. Is that Keira Knightley as well?
Maybe.
Am I wrong? Mason, I know I'm going against the thing we did in first episode, but I looked that up to see who it is, if it is her.
Oh, yes.
And it is. I
Oh,
knew it. God.
nailed it.
Hope that comes up in a pub trivia quiz.
Yeah, absolutely. That wouldn't even come up in a pub trivia quiz that was solely about the movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Even if it was just an hour of that question would still not come up. Because
Absolutely.
nobody cares.
Last bit of news for the week, and it's a
Okay.
big one.
All
Well, it's
right.
2 bits of news, really. Gambit has lost another director
Oh,
in Doug
we're
Liman.
never going to get a Gambit film.
Do you care?
No.
So he stepped away from the project. It's lost like 2 or 3 at this point.
Yeah, huh?
It's done, right?
Now, Channing Tatum, is he in or out at this point?
I think he'd have to be still in, but if I was him, I would jump to either Marvel or DC.
Right, yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Fox, just make Deadpool movies.
Right,
Just
yeah.
keep making Deadpool movies, it's fine.
That'll do it, yeah.
Yeah. But part of the reason he's left, I'd say this movie was already done before he left, but he's going to direct Dark Universe, which is a Justice League Dark movie adaptation.
Sure, okay.
That sounds pretty good, right?
In theory.
In theory, sure. He did Edge of Tomorrow.
Yep, okay.
A bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
that's
all
quite
right.
good. So no, I think he's a great choice. A lot of people are kind of like, oh, well, doesn't bloody Del Toro going to do it? And remember, he for years he was kind of teasing that he was going to
Yeah,
do.
so Justice League Dark is the Justice League, but it's all magic users.
Yeah, it's all monsters and weirdos and
Sure.
whatever. Yeah. It's their Suicide Squad, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the idea of a Justice League Dark movie. They've got an animated feature coming out soon.
Yeah, it's true,
which
yeah.
I'm excited for.
That should be good.
Yeah. What do you think? Excited?
Yeah, although I have to wonder who's going to be on the team.
Right. Oh,
And are we going to care about the team?
well, I think it's what's the standard team? Constantine.
Yep.
Swamp
Swamp Thing.
Well, the Ruben names for Constantine in the past were Colin Farrell, Ewan McGregor.
Yep.
Which of them? If you had to pick one.
Ewan McGregor.
Me too. Even though I like Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
but-
sure.
Yeah. And Ron Perlman as Swamp Thing.
Okay, sure.
That's
Yeah.
perfect, right?
Yeah.
And who
I
else?
think he probably just, these days, he probably just sleeps in like one of those
Like
shells.
head molds?
Yeah, like a head mold. He probably just sleeps in one because he's like, okay, I'm not Hellboy today. All right, and he just goes to sleep in a head mold. They wake up, they've molded him in a Swamp Thing, and he's like, all right, here we go.
Pretty good. So, no, I'm all for, I think Dead Man, maybe.
Yeah, Dead Man will be
Yeah,
in
he'd be in
it.
it.
Dr. Fate will probably be in
Right,
it.
yeah.
But that's the thing, like, it's a case of they're forming a team, but we don't know any of the members yet.
Right, exactly. Oh,
I mean, comic book fans do, but
yeah.
how
sure.
how is the general audience going to get on board with these people they don't know at all?
Yeah.
Some of which are always wearing a helmet, some of which are a big, disgusting, gross swamp man.
Zatanna,
Yeah, okay,
she's
she'll be in
normally
it.
in it,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
great. I'm all for it,
Me
Mason.
too.
I'm bloody.
Me too.
They're gonna knock.
Doctor Occult, maybe. He
Okay.
might be in it.
They're gonna knock one out of the
Not
park.
a real doctor. Dr. Fate, not even a real doctor. Actually, the current one's a psychiatrist, so.
No, I guess that counts.
Yeah.
What do you think about people being doctors without having any medical expertise?
Give me an example.
Like
An archaeologist?
Like an archaeologist, you can be like...
I guess technically the first one was an archaeologist, but I don't know if it was a doctor. Look, it doesn't matter.
What about, like, I have a friend who has a doctorate in business.
Oh, yes.
What do you think about that?
Is he the one who listens to the show?
No.
And I think it's garbage, not it? That's fine, I guess.
No, I just think, like, why do they have to be doctors?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not against it, but why?
Maybe
I think there's confusion with that as well.
maybe the terminology should change.
Yeah.
And if you're like a doctor of business, you're called Dr. Smith. But if you're a medical doctor, you should be called Real Doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Because it's on your passport and stuff.
Or the business people could be called fake doctors.
Fake doctors.
Fake Dr. Smith.
Doctors.
Oh, very good.
There we go, Mason.
Okay, just to be clear, the first Dr. Fate, he's an archaeologist,
Yeah.
and in some cases he's a physician. Like he decided to be a physician and an
He's
archaeologist.
got two skills.
I feel maybe what he actually is a fraud. Like he's just bloody catch me if you canning all about the place. Like, oh, I'm an archaeologist.
He's the pretender of the DC
that's
universe.
true, he is, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Mason, you know what it's time for then.
What's it time
It's time for our bloody superhero showdown, mate. We do these every, I want to say 25 episodes,
Something like
maybe?
that, yeah.
I don't know, or just whenever we're like, have we done one of them in a while?
Yeah.
When should we get around to it?
What did we do in the last one? Are we going to just do them again accidentally?
Now, the rule that we set this time, or the guideline, was literary or cinematic characters.
Yeah,
So excluding comic book characters. But that being said, it's just whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
So basically, our listeners, the Weekly Wackadoo-Doos, have messaged in, tweeted at us,
Hashtag a Weekly Planet
Pod, and they've given us each person's given us two characters they want us to do battle, and we will determine who is the winner.
Of course, Mason, there are rules associated with this battle.
Yep.
Care to remind the good folks
Okay,
listening?
so the rules are
Yeah.
each character appears at the opposite end of a standard-size American football field.
Yes.
Now, we've never been on an American football field.
No.
Or even seen one in person.
Correct.
But we assume they're pretty good and good for fighting on.
Well, they're rectangle, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're pretty good, right? Okay, so they appear.
Yes.
It's just them. They appear with the standard equipment they would have normally on them.
No vehicles.
No vehicles unless that's part of the character.
Unless they can summon it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. They see the other one. They immediately perceive the other one as a threat.
Yes.
And they act as they normally would towards the threat.
Correct.
So if it's a character who would kill people, they go in for the kill.
Yes.
If it's a character who doesn't, they will go in for the
Not kill.
not kill.
And the other example is characters who are reluctant to kill but will. So like Wolverine might not initially kill, but then as it escalates, would then...
If he isn't immediately successful,
Yes.
he will kill that person.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
He might be like, "Are you friends with Professor X in any way? Will this come back? Will this come back to me in a bad way in any way? No. All right, you're dead."
am I going to have a sit-down meeting? Because I'm not in the mood, frankly. All right, so let's bloody get into it. There's also a list on the Reddit, which we've gone through, and some tweets, which people have hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Do you want me to kick it off? Or do you
Please
want to
do.
kick it off? Okay, this first one.
Oh, I should say, our decisions are final, but also we're not really that concerned.
And yeah, we don't.
If you think the opposite is true, you know what? It probably is.
we won't fight you about it. This is from Matthew or Sisk underscore Sisk. God, that's
He's
hard
having
to say.
that stroke, guys.
Underscore Sisk is hard to say, all right?
Maybe it's
like
deliberate.
summoning a demon.
Yeah.
Like, it's not right.
If you say underscore Sisk too many times in a mirror, he'll appear.
On a football field.
Ooh.
Star-Lord versus Han Solo.
Okay, sure.
Now, I'm presuming in his day Han Solo, not Grumpy Old Gramps. Recent Force
that's
Awakens
right. We
Han
also
Solo.
say in their prime.
Yeah.
Unless we've determined otherwise,
Yes.
it's the character in their prime.
That's right.
Okay.
So it's Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously. Probably maybe at the conclusion of the first movie.
Absolutely.
So he's seen some stuff.
Yep. But he's had some time to recuperate.
Definitely. I would say this is Han Solo before he falls in love.
Okay, sure.
Because then he's in his
Are you
prime.
saying-
He's got nothing to lose, mate.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You're saying that love is ultimately his downfall.
Yes.
And the downfall of everyone.
Yes. Well,
Wow.
okay, spoiler alert. That literally is his downfall. His son murders him.
Oh, I guess, sure.
It's his downfall.
But I mean, somebody inevitably would have murdered him anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
So, all right.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have put himself in that situation with somebody else. is what I'm saying. He wouldn't have walked out on that platform with Boba Fett.
But also I feel that Han Solo. See, I feel he's left a lot of illegitimate children behind,
Right.
and like maybe if spoiler alert, his son didn't kill him in Force Awakens, a week later somebody else would have killed him. You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Some other kid.
He's wily, mate. Oh, like a different son.
Like a different kid, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, opposite ends of the football field, they both appear. Star-Lord has a bunch of gear.
That's true.
Han Solo has a blaster and a little communicator.
Sure.
And that's pretty much
And that's
it.
useless because Chewie can't get to him here.
He could summon the Falcon, I guess.
No.
But that's
When's
gonna...
he summoned the Falcon?
He'd be like, Chewie, bring the Falcon to where I am.
No. Chewie doesn't know where he is.
I wouldn't factor it. I'm not saying.
Okay,
it would,
cool.
It would be a factor.
Where is this football field? I feel I've always pictured it as...
Tallahassee. No, I don't know.
I've always pictured it as not on Earth. It's just sort of floating through space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So they can knock the other person into space. Or is it
Oh.
force fielded?
I think it's force fielded.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just like a standard field in like Oklahoma or something.
Oh, well, that's a lot. Look, but that's a long time in the future and a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
So even if he could summon Chewie,
It's not happening.
it's not happening. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, who's better hand to hand?
Star-Lord.
Yes. Han Solo might do the overhead punch.
Yep.
On your back.
Yes.
The two-fisted grip punch.
Yeah.
But you see Star-Lord, like he can tangle with... Remember he tangles with Rocket Raccoon and Groot and Gamora?
That's true. Yeah.
And he doesn't win, but he does
Yeah.
he does pretty well. Yeah.
They're all vicious killers.
Yeah, but Star-Lord is less likely to kill...
Han
No,
Solo.
that being said,
Yes.
Star-Lord shot that dude like straight up. Remember in when he goes to get the orb?
That's true. Yeah.
And thinking he didn't know that he wasn't going to kill him.
That's true. But I think he would have gone in inherently knowing that guy, like he'd done his research,
Sure.
so
yeah.
he knew that there's be bad guys on their way. He
Right.
might have known that guy.
Yeah,
You
okay,
know.
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. I think Han Solo is definitely more inclined to kill.
Yeah, well, we've seen him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Constantly.
Yeah.
But
do you think they'd both trying to like swagger their way out of it initially with quick talk, but it wouldn't work because they both do it?
right, yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
It'd be using two Pokemon that don't mesh.
Right.
just at each other.
It might just end in them going, what you're doing the thing that I do. What is But they can't team they can't become pals.
Here's the
One's
question.
a threat. They're both threats.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Who's the quicker draw?
Ooh. Is it Solo?
I would have said Star-Lord.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
Star-Lord's is in a holster like down by his
That's
knee.
true. And he could have been preparing that for like 10 minutes.
That's right, yeah.
could have been like-
he does. You see him in
Yeah.
Star Wars, he takes it out and aims it
Yeah.
slowly. Yeah, Star-Lord's like really quick
That's true, yeah.
off the mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he's got that weapon that like magnetizes people to it
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
That bolo thingamajig.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's Star-Lord. I think he's got more shit.
It's true,
Yeah.
yeah. And he could probably take could he take a blaster? Like a blaster shot?
You know what? We don't know because his origin is murky. His father is Ego the Living Planet. He can hold it.
His father is the indestructible Kurt Russell.
That's right. He can hold a gem
Yeah.
and it didn't kill him immediately. It would have killed him.
Yeah.
But most people it would have. So I would say that, yeah, he's definitely more durable as well than Han Solo.
Yeah.
But because Star Wars is set millions of years in the past, potentially, all of the people in Star Wars could be like 100 feet tall.
There's no way of knowing, is there?
There's no scale. We don't
That's
know.
so true, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, look, if Han Solo's 100 feet tall, I think he's got this.
Right.
But in other respects, yeah, I think...
I just think Star-Lord's more durable. I think that's what it would come down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Han Solo ultimately is a bad shot. Over a football field length, that's... How close do you think they get before they started shooting?
Well, if they perceived as threat,
Yes.
Remember when Han Solo saw Vader?
Yep,
He was like
straight
straight
away.
on it.
That's
so
true, yeah.
I think that's how that would go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't reckon he'd hit him. Not from a football field. There's no chance. There's no way he'd hit him. That loosey-goosey grip.
Yeah, you're right.
One to the left, one to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead. Okay, fair enough. Good start? Good one to
Yeah,
start
great
on?
start.
You got one?
No.
I can give you another one while you're
Okay,
looking
go
it up.
ahead. I'll try and find one, yeah.
This is from Elvis. Who would win a fight between Harry...
Wow, Weekly Planet exclusive. He's still alive.
Who would win a fight between Harry Potter and Doctor Strange?
Oh.
I'm fairly confident that Harry Potter would be killed. Or not beaten, because Harry Potter needs his friends.
Oh, sure, right.
Doctor Strange, I mean, I'm presuming it's the movie version. We don't really know what he can do yet.
Yeah, that's right.
But he can summon things out of nothing and step through dimensions and shoot stuff out of his hands. Harry Potter is always like, Ron, help me.
Are you sure Doctor Strange wouldn't underestimate the kid?
Okay, that's possible, I guess. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
How do you think it would go down? Doctor Strange doesn't need to go for anything either.
That's true, yeah.
He can just he's all hands and he's
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Force fields.
Does Harry Potter have like a silency kind of spell?
They can.
Is there like a silencio?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also Harry Potter in this universe, you can cast a spell without saying it out loud. Once you get good at it, you can think it and then then do it. So Harry Potter doesn't necessarily need to speak to.
Okay, right.
In his prime, anyway.
Yeah, because we don't. I assume in Doctor Strange the movie, I don't think we can go movie version because we don't know what he can do yet.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel Doctor Strange, a lot of his comic book wise, a lot of his spells he has to say something, something ridiculous, and it's usually quite long. It's longer than it really should be.
It's an incantation.
It's an incantation.
Yeah, okay.
And I think he'll get one of those out.
Right.
Harry Potter's like, oh, he needs to say stuff. I don't need to say nothing.
Okay,
and he'll
fair
give
enough.
hit him with a bit of the silence,
Right?
And that doesn't rule out everything that Strange has,
Sure,
but that's going to cut out a lot of stuff.
Okay, fair
How's he
enough.
going to do his bolts of bedevilment without saying the words bolts of bedevilment?
But can he do it without saying it?
I don't think he can.
Yeah.
I think all the big stuff he has to say,
Right.
He's doing it. As
I'm sure he could
doing
just
it.
be like, pull a force field around him or whatever.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think this is a longer fight than you've anticipated.
I don't know about that. Because okay, a slight spoiler alert for the new Harry Potter. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Is this Cursed Child?
Yeah.
Oh, is this adult Harry Potter?
Is adult. Well, no, I'm just saying what he can do.
Okay, right.
So he goes up against him.
See, I'm going to say that Cursed Child Harry Potter is not Harry Potter in his prime. It's in his middle-aged slump.
I agree. But because he goes up against...
He's fallen in love. He's done. He's old. He's done.
He's like 36 or something.
He's got
like
a
that.
kid. He's really bloody...
He's not there, is he?
He's preoccupied with things.
But he goes up against a fairly formidable opponent.
Yep.
I would say probably less than Voldemort, but he's just... It's in a church or whatever, and he's just on the run. Like, he's not adept at dueling. Like, that's his job.
Yes.
Because he works for the ministry and he tracks down retired Death Eaters and black magic or whatever. But he's still not a great... Harry Potter's strength isn't the fact that he's a good wizard, necessarily. It's his friends and the fact that he's invincible for no reason.
Oh, sure, right.
And that doesn't apply
No, that's true, yeah.
in this situation.
He doesn't have any wards against Doctor Strange just punching him repeatedly in the face. Which he would. I feel he would.
Yeah, Strange is good hand-to-hand, isn't he?
Yeah.
Even though they're kind of broken, he can still fight.
He's got the karate.
Yeah.
He could judo chop a man.
All right, so you're going to give it to Strange, or are
I
you...
still don't know if I am. I reckon it's going to be a longer fight.
Okay.
Not much longer.
Sure.
What's going to happen is he's going to underestimate the kid.
Right.
There's going to be a slightly extended middle act where there's some confusion. And then I guess he smothers him with a cloak of levitation. No.
Just wraps it around his face.
Would Harry Potter have like... What else would he have on him?
Harry Potter could kill if
Yeah.
he wanted to as well. He's got that spell to kill.
What is it? How does it work?
Avada Kedavra. And then you got to have all the hate in your heart and you shoot at somebody. You have to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You have to have that hate.
Oh, he doesn't have it on him, does
Yeah.
he? Well, who's this guy? He's not going to...
I mean, he's a threat. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't know why.
Well, then what else? Lightning bolts? Fireballs? What's he
Yeah,
got?
he didn't even do it to bloody... Yeah, he can do all that.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even do it to Voldemort, though.
Yeah.
His worstest of enemies.
Oh, then he's dead.
Yeah. Does
'Cause-
Strange kill
Yeah.
people?
Ooh. Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But magical beings he does.
Yeah.
And this guy's magic. Or like he'll banish them to another dimension
Probably
or
do
whatever.
that, yeah. He'd banish Harry Potter
To some hell dimension.
to the cupboard from whence he came. He'd permanently just put him in there.
I like it if he was just cupboards within cupboards. Like he's just trying to get out of the
that'd
cupboard.
be
It's
so
just
good.
infinite cupboards.
Oh.
Good
All right,
stuff.
I'm going to look for one right now.
All right.
I'm going to look. Oh, on our Q&A, we mentioned we've had a reminder from Seamus Duffy,
Right.
Shamey D on Twitter, We asked for a reminder for this. Elektra versus Raphael.
A psyop.
A psyoff.
I do remember this.
This is going to be a short one. But
Who's better? Who's stronger?
Raphael.
Yeah. Who's better with size?
Elektra.
You reckon?
Yes. He's just rage.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
all
all
right. You're right. You're probably right.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, he just wants to be flailing his fists about.
Yeah.
It's just, he's just been given these size. You know
Yes.
what I mean? If he lost him, he just keeps swinging.
So do you think it would come down to finesse more than brute strength?
I think so, yeah.
Because she's a ninja as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, and even if we take like nigh indestructible movie version, like the last couple of movie Raphaels,
Yeah.
like he's like a tank, but he's got some weak points. Specifically his neck.
Absolutely.
And it would not take her long to just...
Also, he's not a killer.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not in the way that she is.
And Ninja Turtles, they wouldn't fight girls, you know?
No,
They're
they
still-
have though.
No, they have, but
Yeah.
you know.
Like Shredder's daughter and a few
Yeah.
others and whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Elektra.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sight of the neck.
I don't think you could throw it. I think you'd have to get in
Yeah,
close.
oh, and she would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to go on?
Please, go ahead.
This is from Ken Cross. Christopher Lambert's Raiden from Mortal Kombat
Oh, yes, good start.
versus Raul Julia's M. Bison from Street Fighter.
Oh, so at their prime...
Well, I don't know if it wasn't Raul Julia's prime because he died immediately
died,
after
yes.
this movie. But the character's prime.
Well, see, that's the thing, because he's saying this because they're both lightning using
Yes.
lightning. But the issue here is that Raul Julia in Street Fighter only uses lightning after he's been killed and brought back by his suit. His suit performs
Right.
CPR on him,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he comes back. So,
And does the suit give him lightning?
yes.
And he's like, you didn't expect to face a god!
Yeah, uh-huh.
He's yelling that.
Superconducting electromagnetism, he says, in his Raul Julia voice. Probably the last thing he said on celluloid. Superconducting electromagnetism.
Oh, I kind of love that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
way better than Legend of Chun-Li. Which
Yeah, it
is
is,
just boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Raiden's a god, isn't he?
Yeah.
But there's places Raiden can't go, but Earth is not one of them. Like he's ineffective in the Nether Realm in that movie or
Sure,
something,
yeah.
isn't he?
Is our football field in the Netherrealm?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it's just standard Earth football field.
Yeah,
I think didn't we say halftime at the Super Bowl? Didn't we say,
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think we said that at some point.
So
We changed
halftime
it
at
a
the
lot.
Super Bowl, she's done her thing, she's moved off.
Yeah.
And then they're like, attention, ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, a fight. Probably between two people, and maybe you vaguely know who one of them is, maybe you don't. Who's to say?
In this situation, do you think Raul Julia would get the drop on him? Sorry, M. Bison by dying instantly to then be to rise.
Oh.
So do you think Lambert would kill him and then think it's done?
Oh.
And then he's like, I'm back. I don't think he'd win, but I think
No.
there'd be a what? Then also in the Mortal Kombat universe, you can be a robot and fight a wizard.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, I get you.
it's not really clear about
Yeah, that's true.
who can do what or how anything
well,
works.
see, that's the thing. Like, because Raiden is the reason you can kill Raiden in Mortal Kombat is because he's in human form.
Right. Okay.
Like, I think if you killed him, like he might,
like if you sliced him in half with a sharp hat.
he'd return to life presumably at some point.
Right.
But he is only as powerful as a regular human. So
Okay.
maybe you're right. Okay, in God form, this would be not good for Raul Julia.
There'd be a very big and bloody explosion.
Yeah.
But I still think Raiden.
Look, I think if
See how slow he was, Raul Julia, when he's flying?
boy did I.
Doing these ones?
He's doing the Superman, yeah.
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 Nah.
That's pretty great. But I think there's something in that Raiden would kill him. Also, but that's
It depends how he kills him, because if he fatalities him, if he
Yes.
explodes his head, which is the one he does from the first Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
you could give him as much CPR as you want. He's not
it's
getting
not
up.
growing his head back, is it?
Yeah,
That's true.
So it depends how he kills him.
Yeah. But if we go by Mortal Kombat rules,
Yeah.
you can't immediately fatality somebody.
Yeah, but
Right?
he doesn't know that. I mean, in this scenario, it's not a Mortal Kombat match. I mean, so does he just go for the kill?
No, but I'm saying according to his own rules, he can't.
Okay, I guess.
Like the rules of his
So he
universe.
thinks it's a tournament.
No, I'm saying that in this universe, like nobody thinks they can go for a fatality until
Straight
the
up.
last person's like, "Oh, I'm all woozy and I'm about to.
It's the movie universe,
I've
though.
got 2 seconds before a full lap." Okay, right. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say yes. It is rated an immediate fatality. But if he goes karate first, Raul Julia hits the dirt,
Yeah.
and then somehow he's still connected to his island base, and the suit, his base computer's resurrected.
That's a big if.
It's a big if, isn't it?
There's no Wi-Fi in 96.
Yeah,
or whatever this
exactly.
came
Yeah,
out.
so no, you're probably right.
Yeah.
If you had it, maybe if he's given that moment of surprise and Raiden turns around like, he's overconfident and he turns away.
And the audience are just like, what is this?
Behind you, behind you, it's Raul Julia. He's from the Addams family.
The first and second one.
And the second one.
I would... mate,
He's probably in some very good art in independent movies as well, but none of us have seen them. We've just seen The Addams Family and Street Fighter. Anyway, he's hit you. Then maybe he's got a check because he's Bison, right?
Yeah,
he's good at fighting.
yeah, I don't think this version is.
No,
in
he's not.
particular. If
But I'm going to give him some of his Street Fighter skills
fair
at
enough.
least.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? He can fight in the video game movie adaptation
That's
of the
true.
movie.
Which
so-
is canon.
Which is canon, I guess.
Yep.
You go on?
Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is from Alex Bradley on... I assume that's Alex Bradley
All right.
on Twitter. Hang on. A couple of people suggested this. My
Mm-hmm.
phone's just locked up. You know what? It's all 3 of Simon Pegg's characters from the Cornetto trilogy
Against each other.
against each other.
Well, one has guns,
Correct.
but a standard British cop
Yes.
does not have guns.
Correct. He has to...
And he doesn't have guns for a lot of it, but it's in his prime.
No, it doesn't
Does that
count.
count?
No, it doesn't count. No, because we're not pulling them out of the moment in the film,
Right.
where they have the guns.
Does that mean that Shaun of the Dead doesn't get a cricket bat?
Correct.
And that means that...
But they might get assorted random gridiron items
Sure.
that are spread about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the World's End doesn't get a pint. He can just glass.
No,
Well, he's the oldest.
he might get a. He might get like a plastic, like a red Solo cup of beer that he could sort of.
That's true. They don't sell anything you can glass someone
No,
with.
that's right.
At the
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think World's End is the oldest and the drunkest. I
Correct.
think he's the most worst for wear.
But he's the best at fighting, I feel.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
There's some great fight scenes in that.
Yeah.
Second, Hot Fuzz is very fit,
Correct.
like super cop.
Yep.
Shaun of the Dead's like a clerk. in
Correct,
like a,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he? He works in like a vacuum store or something?
Yeah. And
remember.
also he is
Like a...
he's Simon Pegg before he's gone fully Hollywood.
Right.
So he hasn't worked out at all.
Right,
so
right.
so under that short
He hasn't
sleeve
got
shirt,
it-
and
yeah.
tie, who's to say?
He hasn't
you know
got
what I
his
mean?
Star Trek bod.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so we're ruling out Shaun of
Yeah,
the Dead?
he's also who's more willing to kill in this scenario?
Shaun of the Dead is willing to kill
Zombies.
zombies,
Yes.
but he's reluctant to kill people.
Nicholas Angel from Hot Fuzz. Not willing to kill anyone.
Right.
Because he's always
He's a good cop.
it's always a trick shot.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
okay, fair enough.
Uh-huh.
And there's no guns.
There's also no guns, yes.
But World's End, kind of a loose unit.
Yeah.
Like he smashes that dude's head open,
Correct.
not knowing that he's not a person.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's World's End.
I think it's World's End
Because
guy,
he's
yeah.
the loosest unit.
Right. Well, yeah, look, that being said, the Hot Fuzz guy's probably very good at hand to hand.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's not like sci-fi kung fu.
There are
good.
some crazy
There's
moves in that
crazy
movie.
moves in that, right?
That's such a good... They're all good movies,
Yeah.
man.
I guess they got the Scott Pilgrim virus where everybody's good
Right.
everybody's good at kung fu fighting for some reason. You know what I mean?
Is that a virus?
No.
No, I haven't read the comics.
No,
so,
I'm
yeah.
saying cinematically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, World's End?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Now, I think this might become a staple of the series, or maybe it's just this one time, where we include a duck character.
Oh, yes, sure.
This is from Stanley. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
Stephen Stankey. How about Duckwing Duck versus Howard the Duck? A true duck-off. Last time we had Scrooge McDuck versus Bruce Wayne.
That's right.
So, Darkwing Duck, who's like the Disney equivalent of Batman.
Correct.
Versus Howard the Duck, who's the Marvel equivalent of something that George Lucas ruined.
Correct, yes.
Well, what's the prime version of Howard the Duck?
Comic book Howard the Duck.
Not Guardians? We don't know, do we?
We don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he real wily? Comic book version?
He's real wily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a murderer?
Yeah.
So it's,
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Mm.
What do you kill in a... Can duck kill duck is the question, I guess. Like, he'd kill somebody if threatened, and he's probably got a gun on him, to be fair.
yeah. Well, he's a detective, right?
Yeah.
Private detective?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about him, if I'm honest.
Let's do some
I
research.
know that terrible
Look,
movie.
he knows Quack Fu,
Yeah.
which is the duck version of Kung
But
Fu.
Darkwing Duck is also very adept at martial arts.
Is he?
It's, he's not Batman, but he's pretty good for
I feel he's
for
is
that
he not
universe.
comically inept?
No, he's inept, but he's not like. But he's the most competent kind of superhero you could get in that
I guess
universe.
that's true. What about Gizmo Duck?
Gizmo Duck's an idiot.
Yeah, that's true. Gizmo Duck is
I
an
love
idiot.
Gizmo Duck.
That was a test, and you passed the test.
Gizmo Duck's just stumbling around into shit. Mm-hmm. I love the Gizmo Duck design though. I think it's
Yeah.
really cool. Not knowing anything about Howard the Duck.
Uh-huh.
He's always getting out of a scrape.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Is he strong?
No stronger than a regular human duck.
Man.
Funny animal, man.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
No, that's true, right? Hang on, here we go. Well, it says here, Howard the Duck has shown some degree of mystic talent in the past, to the point that Stephen Strange taught some spells to Howard, and even offered to train him, but Howard declined.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
So it might have the bolts of bedevilment.
Yeah. If he's got even one magic thing,
Yes.
that's over.
Well, what's Darkwing Duck got?
He's got a grappling
Grappling gun,
gun,
yep.
smoke pellets.
Uh-huh.
This is what we need. It's a duck blur. That's what we need
I know,
to
right?
call in.
Michael, Sarah, if you're listening to this,
Help.
help.
I'm going to give it to Howard the Duck.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
But not the movie version.
No.
Because he's just a weird man in a little duck suit. It's terrifying. You got one?
No.
I can do another one.
Okay, great. Do another one.
This is from Ash Pogson, Indominus
Oh,
Rex
yes.
from Jurassic World. You saw this one?
Yep. Versus
And-
King Kong?
No, I got the Queen from Aliens.
Oh, okay.
King Kong would smash that. Well, it depends on the version because
Yeah,
he's
see,
giant.
well, we should do both.
And we've
Or
seen
neither.
And we've seen
Moving on.
But we've seen also King Kong fight two Tyrannosaurus Rexes at once
That's
whilst
true.
saving a girl.
But this is an Indominus Rex.
yeah, but
He's got a cloaking device of
Yeah, I
sorts.
guess so. But there's only one of him.
That's true. And also he's on a football field. What's he gonna
Cloak against, yeah.
Yeah.
So which one do you want to do? Both or is that done?
No, let's do your one.
All right. The Queen from Aliens.
Yes.
Who's intelligent.
Uh-huh.
How's her strength though?
Real strong. Also acid for blood.
Right. So if he sinks his teeth in.
Yeah. I guess it's a question of who dies first.
Right, okay.
But what's the Queen got there? She's got the lashy tail.
She does have a lashy tail.
This lashy speary tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would kill him through his head?
Yeah.
So that would be it?
No.
And even if it got her
Yes.
and bit into her,
Yep.
he would still die.
From the acid.
Yes,
Correct.
from the acid.
From the acid, yeah.
It would melt off his lower
Yeah,
jaw
uh-huh.
and he'd die.
I feel it's a case of they both, if presuming he survives the spear,
Yeah.
she survives the spear.
They're
It's a
both
lady battle.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, what if they kiss? No. Presumably, if would the alien queen know to go for the brain?
Yeah, I reckon. Well, she goes for Ripley's head,
That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's a big target as well.
Yeah. All right. Assuming the Indominus Rex gets close enough,
Yeah.
the alien queen goes for the spearing,
Right.
misses. Maybe the Indominus Rex grabs it because she's got the real hands.
Oh, yeah,
She's
sure.
got the real arms.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel it's a case of the Indominus Rex starts to tear into it and bite into it. The
Yeah.
alien queen.
Like
And
a
then
crab.
Yeah, and then it's a case of they just turn into this weird acidic mess. And it's a case of which one hits the ground first.
Right. Okay, fair
Maybe
enough.
we should do King Kong versus Indominus Rex.
Okay, sure. Which version? Like the Peter
Ah,
Jackson version, I assume.
Yes. So not the biggest one,
No.
but big enough.
I'm really looking forward to see what the new one can do.
Yeah. Maybe a
think-
cloaking device.
Like he'd win. He's
Yeah.
enormous. as
Maybe
well.
T-Rex arms. Maybe the new King Kong has T-Rex arms.
like regular arms and
Yeah.
then little T-Rex arms.
Well, Jurassic World was pretty good at inventing that new dinosaur, but we think we've really cracked this.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
What the people want is teeny little arms. He's beating his chest
Tiny
with his
little-
teeny little arms.
All I can think
I
about
think
it.
that's a better fight.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you're probably not wrong. But all I can think about is that scene in King Kong where he fights 2 Tyrannosauruses and he's got Naomi Watts in one hand the whole time. And he still wins.
Yeah.
Like he gets banged up. But then again, they're not intelligent the way that Indominus Rex is.
Yeah. And also I feel that fight was kind of...
Bit too choreographed?
Yes. And also, Indominus Rex can climb him.
Right,
Gets
sure.
the claws in, climbs up to its head.
Bites the neck?
Bites the neck, maybe.
But acid blood.
Oh, from King Kong, yeah,
That's
absolutely,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
King Kong's pretty punchy, though. Also, he can break a jaw with his bare hands.
That's true. Claws.
Sorry?
Still claws.
Still claws?
There's lots of claws.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Real arms.
Yes.
Yeah. So you think Indominus Rex?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. You know what? Maybe not. All right, how about this? They're battling. They're battling. Do you think the goalposts on a football field could withstand King Kong standing on them?
No.
Even for a second? Okay,
I mean,
right.
for a second.
Yeah.
Like he's going to get up on him and then like take a leap.
Belly plant. Like what if he what if Indominus Rex gets in there?
Yeah.
Really tearing into him. He does a little quick hop onto the goalpost, flattens her.
I don't know if that would work, but I still think he could jump high enough to flatten.
Okay.
I still think he's got that.
Yeah, okay.
He's got that maneuverability. Do you think when it gets down to the ground, King Kong's got it?
Yes.
In brawl?
Yes.
Because he's a brawly kind of...
Yeah.
Like if on their feet, different situation.
Yeah,
But once Indominus Rex has lost that counterbalance of the tail and all that.
That being said, though, Indominus Rex clawed feet as well, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not.
But King Kong also can go 2 feet, he can go 4 feet. Like he's kind of...
Yeah. See, my initial thinking was if he got the Indominus Rex on the ground, grabbed both the arms, headbutts. Just a series of King Kong headbutts. But then if she's still got the clawed feet, like she's tearing the guts out.
Right,
you know what I mean?
okay. So it's just a pile of guts.
Yeah. She bursts out of the pile of guts. I think it might be Indominus Rex.
All right, I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. Done.
Yeah.
Going ready to go?
Let's see. Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes versus Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes.
Downey Jr. can like see the future of a fight.
Right. So, yeah, there we go.
Or some nonsense.
Yeah.
So you don't really see Benedict Cumberbatch fight.
He sword fights somebody at some point.
There's no swords though, is there?
No, there are no swords. No.
I'm not saying he can't fight.
Yeah.
He probably can.
Right.
I'd say you almost certainly can. But in the second Sherlock Holmes, I don't know if you've seen it.
I have, yeah.
Okay, well, he has a mind fight with Moriarty.
Right. That's right.
And then decides that he can't win, so he throws him off the cliff.
That's right, yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that mean for a fight?
I don't know. You know what it meant? It meant because that's how they died in the books. So
Okay,
they were just like,
right. Do you reckon there's going to be deductive reasonings? There's going to be like, well, I see you've got this on your shoe, which means you're blah-de-blah. Would they determine through detective work that neither of them is a threat? Would that be a...
No, because they are a threat.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd figure out that you're a version of me?
Ooh. Good question.
Do you think there'd be any conversation? Because I don't think... They're not the kind of guys that would just run at each other and start fighting. I think there would be kind of a standoff.
Sure.
Some witty retorts.
Oh, yes.
Some kind of sizing up. Some looking at if they've got any powder on their waistcoat. If they would whatever, near or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think it would just be... It would devolve into a fight immediately. Yeah. Both killers also.
They are.
Also, it's established that Benedict Cumberbatch is a sociopath.
Correct.
Like he says it.
Yeah.
He kills that guy, the Magnus or whatever. Remember it the last season? He just flat out shoots that guy point blank.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Downey Jr. is a killer, but not like that.
Yeah. Does Downey's character have a gun?
Yeah, he's always waving a gun about. I wouldn't say he has one on him all the time. He's probably got a cane with a knife in it or something. Cumberbatch doesn't carry a gun.
That's true. Yeah.
That is for certain.
Yeah. Okay. You're saying RDJ.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't like it.
Yeah. No.
Because it's a bullshit.
Look, nobody likes it. Nobody likes these weird mind palaces. Everybody hates them.
Wait, that's the other one.
They've all got mind palaces.
Sure.
Sick to death of mind palaces. What do you got?
I got? Sure. Gianfranco, Dom Toretto from Fast and Furious versus...
Is that Vin Diesel?
Yes.
Okay.
So I should have said. Versus Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
Which is the optimum Mad Max, really.
Yeah.
Also, you got to bear in mind that Vin Diesel from those movies is pretty much invincible.
Right, yeah.
Remember when he came back to life for no reason?
That's right, yeah.
The car park fell at him or whatever, or he jumped the car over a
Yeah.
helicopter. Because in the first one, he gets banged up and his arm's broken.
Yes.
Remember with Paul Walker?
Yeah, that's right.
But nothing like that kind of happens again.
Yeah. Oh. Now, they're not in their cars. I want to be clear about this.
Yes.
Just-
Who's a better driver? Well, probably Dom. Mad Max
Yeah.
is always totaling his car.
He's a terrible driver. So if we're saying in his prime...
yeah.
Well, I mean, in his Mad Max... Does it say specifically Fury Road there?
It says Fury Road.
Okay,
yeah.
right. Because in his prime is Thunderdome.
Right.
Because he's a superhero in
Yeah,
Thunderdome.
right, he is, yeah.
That's
yeah.
the more even matchup. But for Fury Road, yeah, he's a terrible driver.
But that's the desert, though.
Yeah.
So you gotta factor that in.
Uh-huh.
Like, Vin Diesel's never been chased by like 100 mutants.
It's
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, Vin Diesel probably has. He's been chased by, 100 weird car fans.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but in a fight, who's better in a fight? Who's got the skills?
Vin Diesel took the two sticks and fought Statham on the car park.
Right? Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And Tom Hardy gets hurt easier,
Yes.
but he's pretty durable. Like I'd say he's got more grit.
Okay.
Like he can be tortured and drowned and, like he can be in a massive, like remember he totals his car a couple of times in that movie and he's fine.
But how does any of this help in a fight?
I'm saying he's durable.
Sure, yep.
Like in the same way that Indiana Jones is durable.
Okay. Sure.
Like he doesn't stop.
Yes. But Indiana Jones, his skill is taking a beating until environmental factors
Correct, you're right.
move in, like the sun gets in somebody's eyes or they fall into a boat propeller or whatever.
Right.
So what is...
Mad Max's skill is that he scrapes through until he's able to walk away at the end.
That's true,
After
yeah.
the situation sort of resolves itself.
Yeah. I don't know, without a gun, in Fury Road, what's his best hand-to-hand kind of...
He has that fight with Charlize Theron when he's chained to Nicholas Hoult.
That's pretty good, okay.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I like that movie. It's a good one.
It's good, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I still think Vin Diesel is superhuman.
Yeah.
And he wasn't,
No.
but he is now.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. And
In
if
his
we're taking Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick fighting Jason Statham.
That's right.
Yeah, Mad Max is fast.
Yeah.
He's fast and skilled.
Yeah. I don't know. Vin Diesel's got family on his side.
That's
Not
true.
with him, but in his heart.
In his heart, and regardless of the distance.
Mad Max's family is dead.
That's so true.
So-
but they're still in his heart.
Yeah, they more kind of scare him.
And also, they're never coming back.
That's
are they?
right.
So
But he's always like, he goes to do a thing and then one of them jumps out at him.
that's true.
Like, it doesn't help him.
He might have flashbacks on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, because you're right. I want to say that Mad Max has some skills, because you're right, that scene where they're both going for the gun.
Yeah.
But if Mad Max, there's no gun on the field.
No.
What's he doing? Like, we don't know.
And if he had a gun, it would misfire.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
almost certainly.
Yeah. And we don't know, like, how is he in a fist fight with the indestructible Vin Diesel?
We don't know.
I think it is Vin Diesel. I think
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of
I
cars,
don't like it, Mason.
No. But rules are rules. This is from 140 Years on Reddit. Now, this is probably against the rules a little bit,
Okay.
but I thought it was interesting. If we're talking cars, hang on, I've lost it. Great.
Good one, idiot.
No, I'll find it again. This is going to be really good. Okay, here we go.
I'm ready. I mean, I've been ready.
Have you found it?
No.
Okay, so this is from 140 Years on Twitter. Batman versus Mad Max versus Speed Racer versus James Bond. Caveat, they all have to stay in their cars.
Oh,
So
can
it's,
you go again from the top?
Batman.
Yep.
You're familiar with his work.
Yep.
Mad Max.
Which version?
Batman.
Yeah. We got to go cinematic. So I think we're going Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, we're going Ben Affleck, yeah.
Oh, that's a car. That's a bloody car and a half.
Or do we have to go... Yeah, but that's not an iconic version of the car. Somebody suggested underneath this which Batmobile...
Even if it's the Tumbler.
Yeah.
Well, what do you... Anyway, we'll get back to that.
Okay, the 140 Years is the guy suggested it. It's up to them. I would say some version of the 89 Returns Forever animated series Batmobile.
Okay, sure.
It's the
Fair
iconic
enough.
version.
All right, done.
Yeah. So Mad Max.
Yep.
Speed Racer. James Bond. Have to stay in the car. Demolition Derby style.
Which Bond?
Daniel Craig.
So he doesn't have an invisible car.
Correct. Although that would add a fun little wrinkle,
It certainly
wouldn't it?
would.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room for maneuverability, and the Batmobile.
No, the bloody American football field's pretty big.
Yeah, but if you got 8 cars on there or whatever it is, but also that version of the Batmobile has to shoot a grappling hook to turn a regular corner.
That's true. Yes.
So,
yep.
what are you doing there? You know?
He's probably parking and putting the shields up, and then just waiting
Yeah, that's probably
waiting it out.
right.
Yeah.
Mad Max would crash his
immediately.
almost immediately. I don't know much about Speed Racer
The Mark V.
other than speed and racing.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Let's see.
Is he a killer?
No, he's not a killer. That's true. He's. Well, see, here's the thing. He's not a killer,
Yeah.
and also the Mark V is has an open top
Right. And also,
for the most part.
He's not. It's not a combat car.
Not well.
And isn't it? Is it?
Well, I mean, it's got like saw blades.
Oh,
And it's got,
really?
like, yeah.
Oh, so
yeah,
it is a combat car.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
I
it's more or less indestructible.
but it has an open top.
Yes. Sometimes it's got you could put the cover on, but like when he's driving it, like in competition, open top. Yeah.
And this is a competition.
Yes, that's true.
Do you think there's
Yeah.
any chance that Batman could shoot him through the head with a grappling hook? I mean, he wouldn't.
There's
though,
a
would
chance
he?
Bond could shoot him through the head with a handgun.
Bond would have a gun also, like in the
Yeah,
dashboard,
exactly.
in
He'd
the
have many guns.
glove compartment.
Which
I mean,
kind
but
of-
even he'd have a handgun.
Yeah,
I
no,
would say,
absolutely.
with
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
I think also it has to be the Aston Martin DB5 if it's the classic.
So not the gadgets one.
No, this is the gadgets one.
Okay.
So this is machine.
Because he's got the one that doesn't have the gadgets. He's got the Casino Royale one doesn't have gadgets.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, this
But
is
we'll give him the gadgets
No, this
one.
is the Skyfall one.
Okay.
And the classic version. So it's got machine guns in the headlights,
Yeah.
oil slick, ejector seat. So all he has to do is get somebody in that passenger seat. Eject him. They're done.
So he's like, Batman, get I'll help you.
Get in here. Come on, mate.
I think it's Batman from just sitting it out. I think
maybe.
like Mad Max, if drove at him, he could just put the shell over it, and Mad
Mad
Max's
Max
car
would
would
flip
just,
it.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's out immediately. Look, ultimately, Mad Max's car isn't very good. Like it's only
No.
good. It's only good in a universe where this isn't happening. I think
and
ultimately-
also it's not even that good. In
no,
in that
yeah,
universe.
exactly.
Like it's not as good as a monster truck.
no.
Yeah.
Look, I think his cars. I think Mad Max is immediately out
Okay.
because it's a.
What can he do?
Why is Fury Road so entertaining? He's not good at anything.
But that's why it's entertaining.
I guess that's true,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, he flips it immediately on Batman's shield. Or on the Mark V. He connects with the Mark V, it flips.
right.
Yeah.
And depending how he lands, he could kill Speed Racer.
That's true.
He could land, crush his head.
Yep. All right, let's go with that.
All right. Batman, through waiting it out, he's got
'cause
so many gadgets.
I don't think he... No. The classic Batmobile is somewhat bullet resistant.
Yeah,
But it's not indestructible.
sure.
Yeah.
But James...
What if he switches to the bloody... The bat... That bat rocket sled thing. Remember? It's in the middle of it. From
true.
Batman Returns.
Would he?
No. It's ridiculous.
Maybe last minute?
Yeah.
Did Nolan steal that idea?
Yeah, kind
the
of. He
tumbler?
did. It's an homage.
Yeah.
Why would that be in the tumbler?
Yeah, I know you're against it.
I'm very against it.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. Yeah. How long can he wait it out, though, is my question.
Long enough for Mad Max to flip his own car.
Yep.
James Bond to shoot Speed Racer through the head. Speed Racer's car isn't bulletproof, I presume.
No, it is.
It's a... What?
Yeah, it's bulletproof.
Is the windows bulletproof?
Yeah.
He'd roll them up straight away?
roll them up
Just, like,
straight
roll
away.
them up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think
it's made of some sort of weird... It's made of some sort of weird, like, super duro aluminium compound or something like that. And so you just, like, apply an like, if it's got a ding in it, you just apply an electrical current to it and it undings itself. Like, it's
Could
indestructible.
it fix itself?
No. No.
Okay.
Also he's got the monkey in the boot. He's got the monkey and his weird little cousin or whatever, his little brother in the boot.
You can't bring another person, or are they always in there?
They're almost certainly going to be,
fair enough.
because it's every episode of Speed Racer. It's like, now you little kid and your monkey don't get in the boot of the Mark V because Speed's got to do an important race. And then 2 seconds later, they're like, we're in the boot of the car. So they're in there. They're definitely in there, and Bond's going to kill them.
Okay, fair enough. So they're going to pop the boot during the battle,
I think so.
and Bond is going to also perceive them as a threat.
And kill them, yes. Yeah.
And I think Bond could kill everybody except Batman.
Yeah,
Like, he's got a limit to bullets as well.
that's true.
It's bulletproof enough, Batman.
I think
the
so, yeah.
Batmobile.
Yeah.
Also, it has rockets presumably. These versions?
The Batman 89 version.
Yeah, well, all that's...
Well, it's got machine guns.
Yeah, that'll do. I mean, James Bond's car isn't bulletproof, as we
Yeah, it
saw.
is. Oh,
No, it's not.
All right, that
It gets
version's definitely not.
trashed.
All right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah,
He wouldn't
actually,
kill
that's
him,
probably true. I reckon Speed Racer and Mad Max go immediately.
Yeah.
and then it's just Batman Bond machine gun face off because these versions have no compunction against killing each other.
Oh, that's a good point. I
Yeah.
forgot Batman's a murderer. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's Batman, I would say.
Ejector seat though. Can't leave the car though. Okay, no, you're right. It is Batman because if you leave the car, you lose the demolition derby. All
Good.
right. Yeah.
And you're just right for being shot out of the air.
That's true,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, unless, like, my feeling would be if eventually, I think the only other way it could go is if they both run out of machine gun bullets and gimmicks.
Yeah.
And then they both, like open the top of the car.
Right.
Just to get the
Get
lay
a
of the
peek.
land. And then James Bond shoots Batman in the mouth.
Which he could do.
Yeah.
I don't think Batman's that dumb, though. Oh, this version, though,
He's kind of dumb.
is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a possibility.
That's
I'm
true.
open to it.
Yeah. Or if they because what could potentially happen is they like sideswipe each other with the canopies open and James Bond like tears his Batman's fruit roll up mask off. And then he's right for a killing.
Then he's
the
right for a
next
killing.
pass, he's dead.
But that's a pretty wide car.
That is- yeah,
Like
that's
Bond,
true.
how far is he reaching?
He's got to reach too far.
Craig's
right.
got little monkey arms.
That's
like,
true.
he's
You're
not,
right.
He's not reaching that far.
He's got King Kong's Tyrannosaurus Rex
I still
arms.
think he could shoot him through the mouth, though.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still giving it to Batman. Just for a
Yeah.
more durable car.
That's true. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But that'd be interesting.
No, I think you're right because Batman would machine gun the car,
Yeah.
eject a seat, and that's
or torch it. It's got like
yeah.
flames.
Yeah, that's true.
It wouldn't matter.
All right, it's Batman.
All right. What do you got? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, you do one. I
Did I
literally just did one. It was that one.
Oh, you did too. I just closed
Ah,
my
no.
bloody thing. My browser. Bloody hell, Google Drive's good.
Oh yeah. Got some stuff on Google Drive.
It's great, man, because you don't have to save anything. It's just automatically.
Uh-huh.
Google, if you're listening, I'm open to sponsorship.
Nice.
Very
They got a
much
lot of
so.
money too.
All right, what about this one? From
I'm ready.
Jessica Speed. Snake Plissken versus Nick Fury.
Oh, Battle of the Eye Patches.
Battle of the Eye Patches. Movie version,
Okay, sure.
not Hasselhoff.
Right.
I assume.
Okay, good.
Have we ever seen him fight?
No. We've seen him think on his feet.
Yes.
We've seen him with a good solid action sequence.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That was great. That's a great action sequence.
it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen him shoot people.
Sure. He could probably talk a man out of shooting him.
Not Snake Plissken.
No, you're right. Not Snake Plissken.
In fact, what would work though on Snake Plissken is reverse psychology. Because if you were like, there's no way you're going to shoot me, Snake Plissken, he would. But if you're like,
There's no way you wouldn't.
shoot me, Snake Plissken, he wouldn't shoot you out of spite, I would imagine.
He is he is like that, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe he has that oppositional defiant disorder syndrome thing. You know?
almost certainly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How's Plissken in a fight? I don't remember. He's a great surfer.
Yes, that's
That
true.
I don't doubt.
Yep.
Has he got guns?
They've both got guns, I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they would. Who's a better shot?
Fury.
Fury can hit a plane with a rocket launcher
Correct.
and another car with a little machine gun.
Uh-huh.
But have you ever seen him like point blank shoot somebody?
Must have done, surely.
He would have.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's killed like
Office workers.
yeah,
Shield
sure,
office workers.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
haven't made their KPIs, yes.
But he's still quite old.
Yep.
Like, you got to factor that in. Like,
Uh-huh.
he's no spring chicken. Snake Plissken's probably 30, 35, maybe.
Okay.
And Snake Plissken, he's a brawler. You know what I mean? He's a tough guy. He's got no sleeves. Doesn't need them.
Well, that's true.
Or was that a weakness?
For Chinese burns.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
I don't know, man. Don't know enough about him. Well, I do actually. Depth perception.
Yep.
And
Bad.
that's not. I mean, that's not gonna impede either of them.
Correct.
And they'd both be used to it. Also.
Uh-huh.
No, I think Snake Plissken is probably the better shot. He's better at surviving on the streets. He's more dangerous. Fury is an office man.
Yes.
In a way. You
He's
know what I
gone
mean?
soft is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's soft-ish.
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Uh-huh.
He's got more secrets, but that's not going to help you, is it?
No.
It's going to help you being riddled with bullets.
Uh-huh.
And I think Spliskin's a better fighter, so if it came down to it.
Okay.
Should we do one more or two more?
Let's
Wrap
do
it
two
up?
more.
Two more.
Okay.
I've got a few here. I don't know which one to pick.
Okay. Angus Joker on Reddit has said Professor Xavier versus Oracle in a wheelchair race. Oracle.
Yeah, well, she's fitter.
She's so fit.
She was Batgirl.
Not even a question.
Not even a question. Mm-hmm. Do you want another one? Or?
Yes, please go.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Kylo Ren, Darth Vader.
Kylo Ren versus Darth Vader.
Yeah. Now, Kylo Ren is upset that he's not going to be as powerful as Darth Vader.
Uh-huh.
But I would argue that he is probably more powerful with the Force. He can stop a blaster bolt mid-air.
Yes, he can.
He's also...
He can he can pick somebody up bodily and bring him over.
Yeah. Like Vader's got skills as well.
Yeah.
But Vader has no pain threshold.
How do you mean?
Or if he does... Sorry. Is as an incredibly high pain threshold.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it makes way more sense. Like, he'd probably have no nerve endings.
That's true, yeah.
He can take a severe beating.
Yep.
And he's fine.
Yep.
Or,
Now, in this scenario, we're going to say neither of them is overcome by emotion, by the fact that they're whatever.
No.
But, okay, none of that. It's just...
Kylo Ren would presume that's not the real Darth Vader.
Right. And Darth Vader would be like, who's this idiot?
Exactly.
Because he doesn't know who he is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good question.
There's he's also got more of a broadsword.
Yeah, okay.
If that makes any difference.
Right. So this is Darth Vader in his prime, but it's not Anakin.
No,
Okay.
I think Anakin would beat
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
Oh, absolutely.
But so this is Darth Vader, let's say, just before... Let's say, whatever we... Yeah, see if you've seen Star Wars Rebels? Around then.
Okay.
So just before A New Hope.
I haven't, but okay.
Yeah, so very dangerous, no remorse, not tied down by family. or love.
No biological limbs of any kind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because his weaknesses again is his family. So
that's true.
It's before all that.
And so Darth Vader is technically he's much more skilled as a sword
Well,
fighter.
he's been trained as an actual Jedi.
by real Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he's killed real Jedi as
sure,
well.
yeah. But he is much slower.
Yes. And Kylo Ren, we haven't actually seen Kylo Ren fight in his prime.
That's true.
Because he was shot.
Uh-huh.
And that was and everybody else who got hit with that bowcaster flew like 100 feet.
He's literally the only person who hasn't died immediately after being shot by one of those. So
which is pretty impressive, mate.
Yeah.
So, I think Vader is more unstoppable.
Uh-huh.
Kylo Ren can clearly be flustered.
Yes.
And he can be worn down. I don't think Vader gets worn down in the same way.
No, that's
He's
true.
got mechanized limbs.
So that's true.
For
yeah.
one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I think it would be Vader on brute strength and endurance.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. That's how I think that would go.
Do you think that Kylo Ren would immediately go to using the Force? Because he'll stop
Probably, yeah.
He'll stop a blaster bolt. He'll grab a. What do all the buttons on Darth Vader's chest do? What do they do?
That's a good question. Well, they used to do a whole bunch of stuff.
What if he just flips all of them using the Force?
Yeah.
Oh, we've mentioned this before. Why is it that when people aren't when Jedi and Siths are lightsaber battling, why aren't they always just switching each other's lightsabers on and off?
Because they're using the Force to keep their own
Keep them on. Okay, right.
Yeah, and Vader
Okay.
could probably do the same thing with his chest
Can he,
plate.
though?
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting in a recent Darth Vader comic,
Yes.
a guy has the keys, essentially, like how you lock a car, to Vader's suit and shuts him down.
Okay.
And so Vader can't move. And then using the Force, he gets up.
Right.
And powers the limbs and kills the guy.
Uh-huh.
So he's that kind of...
Okay.
He's got that kind of resolve.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
How long did that? What did when the guy car remoted him?
Yeah.
What did he then do? Did he walk away?
No, he just kind of stood there while Vader had weird flashbacks.
Okay. See, that's the thing. Like, I think if you stand about,
Yeah.
I reckon Kylo could take this technically. Like, he's overconfident and
Yeah.
he's easily flustered. But if he flips all the switches,
If he could.
flip all the switch, but that's the thing. Like,
I would love to see that.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, Darth Vader's never fought anybody who knows. Like, he's never fought a Jedi while wearing that getup.
Yes,
really.
he has. He killed a bunch of Jedi after the Purge or whatever.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them expecting that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Look, I'm not saying definitively, but
Yeah.
in a way I am saying definitively. I reckon if he flips all the switches and then beheads him real quick,
Yeah, it's possible.
then that's done. Like, this could be over very quickly.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say Vader. Sometimes we disagree, Mason.
That's true,
Or do we
yeah.
have to bring it to... No, we don't have to, I guess.
It's true.
Will that do it?
Let me think. Oh, we should come to a consensus on this.
Okay, fine. You win.
Nah, oh, okay, great. Great, good. Look, as long as I win.
Should we do any more or should we save them?
Nah, let's save him.
All right, good stuff. I've got a whole bunch here that I haven't even read out. We got hundreds,
Oh, we got
thousands
hundreds this
maybe.
time,
I
yeah.
have no idea how many. So we really appreciate it. We love doing this. We're happy to do one until we're eventually pressured into doing another. Whatever. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what
right?
you're talking about, yeah.
Whatever I said then. You know what it's time for, Mason?
What's it time for?
Our famous segment. What
Ooh.
are we reading?
What we gonna read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? My God, Mason.
Yes.
What are you reading?
You know
My
what? This
God.
I said I was gonna watch Hardcore Henry. I didn't.
We already had this conversation.
Yeah, I know. Just to refresh.
Gotcha.
In case somebody took
Previously
a break.
on earlier this episode.
Yeah, exactly. So instead I watched the Neighbours films. You know, Bad Neighbours?
I watched that the other day.
Huh.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Bad Neighbours 2. Yeah.
So did I.
What'd you think?
They're pretty good,
They're pretty
right?
good, man. They're
real
solid.
solid. Zac Efron, bloody...
He's funny, man.
He's a funny guy,
He's real
right?
funny.
Yeah.
What do you think of his bod?
Rockin'. Not as much in 2.
Real? I thought he was more into.
Is he? I can't tell. I'll be honest.
I'll get you some side-by-side comparisons.
If you could, please.
And then we'll go from there. No, they're good movies. I'd say they're equally good, which is unusual.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
I think
exactly.
2 didn't do super well, though. Like, it did okay, but
Uh-huh.
they thought it was going to be much
But at
bigger.
least it's not a straight... You'd think it'd be a straight-ahead total retread.
Yeah.
And
And it is in a way. There's parts
Yeah.
of it, but it
Uh-huh.
kind of twists
But it's
it.
not... I went into it assuming, this is going to be Hangover 2
Yeah,
retread,
yeah.
like exactly the same.
Yeah.
Except it's women instead of men.
Yeah.
But not different.
There's some twists and turns
Twists
along
and
the way.
turns.
Yeah, I remember the first time I'd seen Zac Efron really do anything was in 17 again. And I maintain he's really funny in that.
Okay, I
He's
haven't
really
seen it,
good
but I'll
in
give it
that.
a
Yeah,
whirl.
he's got some skills.
Is that Tim
bloke.
Allen? Is Tim Allen the dad?
No, that's he's Matthew Perry from
That's
he
right.
gets de-aged or
yeah.
something.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's not good. No, I remember really liking it.
No, it's a classic body swap de-aging film.
Exactly. I watched Fresh Meat. I've been watching all of Fresh Meat.
I've mentioned this on a previous
That's
episode.
right, you
It's
have.
a good show, right?
I finally got around to it. It's about uni students living in a house together. It's a British show. Mm-hmm. It's got one of the guys from The Inbetweeners, various comedians and whatnot. It pretty much nails what it's like to kind of go to uni.
Yeah.
It's not all just like wild parties and whatever. There's like anxieties with tests and kind of dealing with living with lunatics and all this kind of stuff. So, and there's only like 4 seasons and then it's done.
Yeah, nice.
So, no, I know you've seen it, Mason.
Yeah.
But I recommend that you see it again.
Okay.
Because you probably missed some of the
So
nuance.
don't watch Hardcore Henry?
No.
Okay.
You got to get around to that though.
I should. It's bloody
Don't
ready to
think
go.
that you should do it like an Oculus Rift. Like
Oh, yeah.
strap your iPad to your
and
head,
then run around the streets of Melbourne.
vomiting.
Yeah, good.
Mason, letters. I normally do a build up.
Yeah, right.
I should have.
The classic one was...
Sorry.
Letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
This is from Spencer Kipps, and he's hashtagged Weekly Planet Pod because that's
Very
what you
good.
do if you want to reach the show. That's what you do.
Okay.
You do it on Twitter.
All right, God.
What's the best? What's the best?
Could you hashtag it on Tumblr?
You could, but
We'd never check it.
Where's that
We'd
going?
never check it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Tumblr. I don't know what it is.
I've no idea what goes on there.
Yeah.
What is the best sci-fi movie of the 2010s? Brackets, big fan of the podcast and YouTube channel. Keep doing good.
Oh.
So, since 2010 forward, Mason.
Okay.
Now, I know you're a big fan of Looper.
I am not. That is incorrect and wrong.
I would put that up there. I think it's a good one, but I know you would not.
Correct.
What year did Sunshine come out? 2007. I can't say it. Son of a bitch.
Yep, that's right.
What would you count Mad Max as sci-fi? Or post-apocalyptic?
I guess, but it's so...
More steampunk.
Yeah, I really like Inception. That's right on the cusp. That's
Ah,
2010.
Inception's great.
Inception is great.
Yeah, good
and
one.
it's got they've built this premise, and there's a whole world kind of behind it, and you're like, well, it's a great movie, I think, and stylish, and it looks good, and the action's
Sure.
good and stuff like that. And it's also like, I want to know more about the world. Like, what happened? Like what happened? You know, they built this technology. Where else have they used it? That kind of thing. You know?
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
cool, absolutely.
You know what I bloody mean?
Do you think we'd get a follow up to that ever?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think
Yeah.
Nolan's bloody doing his Dunkirks or whatever.
Yeah.
Source Code's great as well.
Source Code is great.
Yeah.
What about Snowpiercer?
I still haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Got it on your iPad? Strap it to
It's
your head,
on. It's
run
on.
around,
It's on
mate.
Stan. So don't you worry about that.
What about Ex Machina?
That's also great. Yeah.
That's like solid sci-fi as well. Like
That's
that
true.
is
Yeah.
like
Uh-huh.
your hardcore
Yep.
thinking man sci-fi with a sexy robot.
That's true. Edge of Tomorrow. That's sci-fi fantasy.
I like it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I love it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
I love Tron Legacy. I know nobody else does.
I think that came out in 2009.
Did it? Oh yeah.
You idiot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pretty good.
What about the Planet of the Apes? The new ones.
I like them a lot, but I will not go back to them. I
Okay,
don't think
fair enough.
they're not compelling. But I watch Inception like bloody heaps of times, mate.
I'm gonna say Ex Machina
Favorite.
or Snowpiercer.
What about 2011's Real Steel, but featuring Hugh Jackman?
It's totally fine. I think I watched it on a plane or
I've
something.
never ever. Have you seen Attack the Block?
No,
John
I've been
Boyega's-
meaning to
yeah.
watch that for ages. I've
Right,
heard it's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
It's got, what's his name?
Especially if John Boyega is going to be poorly interviewed by us in this podcast.
That's right, Mason. We're gonna get him. Is that what we're doing?
I had no idea.
Do we do that? Is that what
No,
we
I don't
do?
know if we do that.
Yeah.
But it was very nice of people on Twitter because John Boyega put out a tweet and he's like, hey, I'm going to add podcasts to my interview schedule next year. And some people were very nice and be like, go on the Weekly Planet. And I'm like, do we do that?
Should we do it? Should we start some campaign or just leave it?
What we could
Bear
do.
in mind, neither of us have ever interviewed anybody.
anyone. Yeah. Yeah. What we could do is just wait till he comes to Australia and mill about his hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
All right, we'll do that instead.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna think on that.
Okay, cool.
No, next question.
Sure.
Next letter.
Yeah.
This is from Kyle _the_ Guile. Since Cap's team is on the run now,
Yep.
what do you think of a smaller scale Secret Avengers movie?
Great. That'd be really good.
That would be very Winter Soldier-esque in that way.
Yeah.
Kind of you're low key, you're down on the street, you're running through a mall wearing a hat over your
That's
face.
right. You're wearing the MCU I'm being discreet uniform, which is baseball cap, aviator sunglasses, leather jacket. Just put it on.
Just put it on.
No one will recognize
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I would love that. I wonder if we're going to get a bit of that in the next Avengers film. Because there's there's speculation that we're going to get two Avengers teams. We're going to get a secret underground version and then you Stark official. So
Yeah,
I wonder
okay.
whether we are going to see something like that.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because we've got Nomad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Uh-huh. Do you think he's just going to use an oven door?
You'd have to.
Painted red, white, and blue? Yeah.
No, that's cool. It's a good idea. I don't think they'd be able to fit it in between now and
No. And I'm sure they won't call it the Secret Avengers.
I can think you call it Secret Avengers.
I don't think you could. That's right.
Well, we can't move on until we decide.
Okay, you
So
can.
what? Yes,
You can. Yeah, it's
one of
fine.
us has to relent.
Yep.
This is from Runaway Rogan. Do you think that Rogue One is going to be better than Force Awakens? Also, grab that gem. #Weekly Planet Pod. That's how you reach the show.
I think it's going to be better. Ooh.
I want it to be better.
Yep.
I don't know. Is
Oh.
the answer.
We can't move on until you know definitively.
You know what? Okay, fine. Even though there's been a bunch of reshoots, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I think it is going to be better
Uh-huh.
because I really like The Force Awakens.
Yep.
But it is a retread in a lot of ways.
Yes, it is.
But also, I knew that kind of going in, so I wasn't disappointed. I'm like, well, I know what J.J. Abrams does. We're going to get like a rehash.
Yep, uh-huh.
This, I really want to see something different, and I'm going to put a lot of faith in it and say, yes, it's going to be better.
New
'cause we're gonna-
territory.
New stuff.
Also, what do you think about the theory that Snoke is Boba Fett? That's the latest one. It was on Reddit.
What? Why would he have the Force?
Exactly. Somebody's it's a very, very involved scenario, and he's put all the pieces together.
Like, he's all melted because he's been in the Sarlacc.
That's it.
That works.
Yeah,
But other than that,
no.
no.
It's why would a dirty old bounty hunter
Dirty old New Zealand bounty hunter.
become a Jedi and rebuild the Empire for purposes of getting back on like 3 people?
Yeah. And, like, he'd just want Han Solo, wouldn't he, really?
Mm.
Like, ultimately.
And ultimately, Han Solo kicked him into that Sarlacc pit by accident. It's
Yeah.
not really. It'd be better served just with a conversation. Hey, sorry about that.
I apologize.
I mean, you did you did capture me and
Put me in that weird block.
So,
Yeah, fair enough.
Although, I guess maybe one of the theories is that he's trying to rebuild the Mandalorian culture. But we haven't seen any of that.
But again, there's no indication that guy's good at anything, let alone knows the Force.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have a new Snoke theory. Would you like to hear it? That I've come up with. It's not a joke one.
Okay.
No, my theory is, and I'm sure like there's 1,000 versions.
I bet
of
you
this
the first one.
Okay. It's that Snoke is all the evil that was in Luke Skywalker.
What, and it's spilled out
Yep.
in the cave?
No,
He physically separated
Yes, he
it?
did.
Like he went,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, somewhere between 6 and 7.
you know what?
Yep.
I don't hate that.
There you go.
But it's a whole lot of new territory.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm not against it, Mason.
Yep.
It would have to be done very well.
Because my feeling is that if it turns out one of the reasons it can't be or that it shouldn't be Boba Fett or Jar Jar Binks or Lobot or whoever is because for so many people, Force Awakens was their first Star Wars movie.
Right,
if you
right.
go, Snoke is this guy, a huge chunk of the audience is going to be like, I don't know who that is.
That being said, he does say that he's witnessed the rise and fall of the Empire, so he'd have to be around to see that.
What about the fall and rise?
And he's got
Other way around.
I guess so. Yeah, that worked. But yeah, he was there for
Fixed
all.
it.
He's there for all the significant moments.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's implied that he saw the Republic fall.
Oh, okay.
So I don't hate it though, Mason.
Thank you.
It's
That's why he's all goopy, because he looks like Darth Vader, but he's not Darth Vader.
He's not Darth Vader.
But he looks like Darth Vader because he's got the Skywalker evil in him.
Everybody tweet at Mason how dumb that is.
Please do. Please do.
No, I don't hate it.
With
I'm
minutiae. Tweet at me minutiae why it couldn't work. And I'll block you. I'll block you all. I won't.
Do you block?
No.
I'm not a blocker.
Yeah.
You know what I do if someone is a...
Do.
There you go.
Yeah.
If someone's a real prick, and it very rarely happens, I mute them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's better than a block. Because if they block people like that, I'd assume they'd be like, oh, I got to
I'm a winner. Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
if you mute them, presumably they're just screaming at you forever. And they
That's true, yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one. Because it's our 150th special episode spectacular, I thought we'd do 4 questions.
Because in Return of the Jedi, he's all dressed in black, and then in Force Awakens, he's all dressed in white. Because the evil's gone.
So it's like Superman 3 where he splits.
It's exactly like Superman 3.
Oh, you didn't say. Is Force Awakens, which is going to be better? Rogue One?
That's a good question. No, Rogue One.
Nah.
I think Rogue One's going to be better.
I want it to be better more than
I think it will be.
definitively know
I think it'll be. It'll be less divisive. Certainly.
Okay.
I think if it's a good movie, 99% of the people who are Star Wars fans are going to be like, it's a good movie because of the action and the casting and the acting and what have you.
Yeah.
But I think Force Awakens, even among Star Wars fans, it split people.
Sure.
Other people like
that's mostly positive.
Yeah, but I think Force Awakens, like some people, a decent chunk of people are like, well, this is a return to form, and another decent chunk of people were like, rehash, don't like it.
I think it's a good jumping off point.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think because you kind of had to rehash to get new fans on board as well.
Yeah.
You couldn't just be like, this is a straight continuation, and you need to kind of reset the universe. So I get why they did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I enjoyed it. This is from Mr. Mixoplexconfence.
Great.
You know that one?
He directed Wanted, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Did Mr. S or Meso ever have a sausage sizzle at Bunnings? I heard this from another famous Aussie at Smitty Chan. Apparently said that. Hashtag Movie Planet Pod. Do you want to explain that?
I love a Bunnings sausage sizzle.
When you go to a Bunnings, which is like our hardware store, our Home,
Like a Home
Depot,
Depot, yeah. Uh-huh.
every one of them, always, without fail, has a tent set up with sausages on the go where you can bloody grab a sausage and bread with some sauce and some cheese or some onions or whatever you want. I never walk past them.
Neither
ever.
I have. If I've just had lunch, I will stop for a sausage.
Me too.
Yeah,
Love a
yeah,
sausage and bread.
yeah.
Do you go before or after?
Going to Bunnings.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I'm just.
You do both.
No, oftentimes, I have done that. And sometimes I'm going to Bunnings. I just see the sausage.
Oh, you drop in?
Just drop in for a
Oh,
sausage.
fair enough.
Yeah.
See, I'd get on the way out because I'm like, this would be my reward for going to a hardware store because I hate these places.
Now that I think about it, it's mostly way in and way out. I do both. Yeah.
Good stuff. Now, Mason, before we wrap it up, I'm going to be on the Steel Wars live call-in show.
Oh, yes.
This Saturday, our time.
Great.
Australian EST, 11 a.m. Saturday. But if you're in the US, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Friday. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Friday, this Friday. Apparently, I'm not exactly sure how it works. Steele and I will be having a convo.
Correct.
And then people are going to call in and you can
Abuse you, yes.
can chat. Yeah, you can abuse me. So
Yeah.
if I've muted you on Twitter, now's your opportunity.
chance. That's right.
To get at me
Yeah.
directly.
If you've been like, I've been shouting at him for quite some time and he hasn't responded in any way.
Bear in mind, I haven't muted you if you're not a total prick over a long period of time.
Right.
If I haven't answered you, it's just because
We get a lot of
we
tweets.
get a fair few. Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that goes well. So it'd
Yeah.
be nice to chat to some people live, and I've never done that, so it'd be interesting.
gonna be great.
I mean, I chat to you every week, but
It's not live.
no, well, that's true.
Secret, I pre-record all my responses. I don't know if you know that. I'm not even here.
This is all written.
He pushes a button on a box and I'm here.
Good stuff. Oh, and just quickly, happy birthday to Abraham
Lincoln.
Yes,
Our first president.
he is from his wife Hope. He's turned 33. They've had 10 years together, and he's been awesome. And he even stayed.
7 years you've been together. Okay.
He's been awesome, and he even stayed through cancer.
Wow.
So happy 33rd
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I don't normally do a birthday shout out, Mason, but I've done it this
Because you
time.
hate birthdays.
I hate birthdays.
And Mondays.
And Mondays.
But you love lasagna.
I love it, mate.
You hate that bloody dog Odie that lives with you. You hate Nermal.
I do. John's
Yeah.
a pain in my ass.
Yeah. You don't even have a job. Why do you hate Mondays? I guess because John hates Mondays because he has to go to
Yeah,
work.
you just
And it's-
bear the wrath
You
of
bear the wrath of John.
John's
yeah.
severe depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a sad world that is. Just a man living with his cat who hates him.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Anyway, Mason, where can people find us?
We're at Weekly Planet Pod on Twitter and Gmail and Facebook and Bandcamp. We've got some audio commentaries. We'll probably do a new one pretty soon-ish.
Hopefully. And we might have some
Little
extra
bonus content
stuff coming up over
we
the next couple
recorded
of
some
weeks.
stuff
Yeah.
last week.
We just got to sort out some how that's going to all come
How we're
together.
going to deliver it.
That's also true. We'll hopefully get it up on Patreon a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But regardless, you'll see it.
Yeah, and here's a good idea. If you like the show and you want to maybe get some surprise bonus content, just subscribe on iTunes.
Yes.
We might just throw it into the feed.
Maybe.
But
Not this week, definitely.
Not this
It will
week,
not be
definitely.
ready.
But
But
do
maybe
it
next week.
preemptively do that,
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll just have to see.
I'll also follow the Weekly Planet on Twitter.
Yep.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
Yes. I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies.
Let's see if you want to help out the show. You could go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Throw in $1 a month. Keep the lights on.
Keep them on.
We've got an Amazon affiliate link in the episode description.
In the script show.
That's the one. So if you're going to buy something on Amazon anyway, as you often do, buy some bloody anything. You buy some light bulbs. You buy some
eggs.
adult entertainment products. I don't know. What do you
Sex
like?
eggs.
Yeah. Buy that DVD you've always wanted of the Indominus Rex and the Alien Queen making out. Buy that. Just you click on the link, you go through the regular Amazon, pay their low prices, we get a kickback somehow.
Correct.
What else do we do?
What Bandcamp commentaries?
Yep, that's the one.
Mention those.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes.
Correct. Pretty good. Pretty bloody good, mate. I just want to quickly point out that Raw Collings, who does a lot of animated stuff.
He's at the Weekly Planet on Twitter.
But he also has a Patreon, patreon.com/Raw Collings. He's finishing up university.
Oh,
He's doing a
great.
bit of bloody video editing, and
Yeah.
his stuff's on point, mate. You should subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Because he makes a lot of
Yeah.
animated Weekly Planets.
And he runs
clippity doos.
He runs the Weekly Planet feed, as we mentioned, which and he does that out of the goodness of his heart. Yeah. So I'm gonna chip some money in there from us as well.
Great.
And I'll link that below also. That's it.
It's all right. I'm not going to contribute anything, but I did alter his university transcripts, so he passes.
Good.
So
That's the greatest gift of all.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
Collins.
Robert.
That's the show,
That's the
Mason.
show, I think, yeah.
Thanks for 150 fantastic episodes.
I've been on 150 of them. How many have you been on? No, you were sick or something. I don't know.
Thank you. I was away both times.
That's right. Yeah.
Well done on that fantastic 148 episodes,
Nice.
Mason.
Nice. I'll see you in 2 weeks when you've cracked the 150.
I was going to spring that on you in 2 weeks, but you bloody beat me to it because I meant to do it on episode 100. I'm like, fuck. So now I had to wait 50 episodes, and you bloody beat me to it. I waited a year.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh well. Thanks
do it,
for listening though. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it. We
But
really
thanks
appreciate
for listening. Thanks everybody for telling people about the show.
Yep.
Enjoying it. Thanks for your nice reviews.
it. Yeah, always
Thanks
helps.
for letting us know we're not alone in this universe
Correct.
together.
This is some kind of a ruse, all these statistics.
Well,
Download
I feel maybe
statistics.
that was going to be the revelation is that You've been building like hundreds of fake Twitter accounts to be like, hey, I love that Wikipedia Brown, love the show, mate. And I'm like, oh, this feels pretty good. You know, that thing's not even on.
No.
Yeah.
Shouting into nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you at episode 151. Grab that gem, you guys. Bye.
149.
Nah.
I mean, officially.
Yeah, that's all right.